Alright, we're live.
We're going, my boy.
What are you doing? What are you doing to the houses?
Aidsman, go.
What are we doing today? What did you do today?
What did I do today? Not fucking went to work and probably listened to something. Well, we'll get into what I listened to. I think Paul and Fred possibly had more exciting weekends. Paul, did you win any money?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, I'll start us
get
off
into
then.
it.
So,
Yeah.
we're here with Aidsman.
Aidsman. Aiden Aidsmen.
Even
Indeed, yeah.
a minute later, you guys should find out. And then, we're here with Fred. Boy Fred, Boy Dan, Boy me.
Hey.
What the fuck, dude?
Hey.
Get cocksuck.
And, just got some money from Vegas. I was just playing the Little Shop of Horrors slot machines, and I doubled my money.
I doubled my winnings.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have
Sounds like a
like those?
commercial.
Do they have like those Japanese slots where they're like themed after video games?
No, they just had like every other one was just like some like Dynasty fucking shit.
Yeah, they do have the Chang Dynasty slot machines. They have a lot of those.
They have like a million of those. They have like dragon ones. They have
fishing ones.
Yeah.
Where you
a
catch
lot
a
of
big
it's
one.
a lot of it's just like Chinese shit. It's funny.
I remember like a bunch of Konami games got slot machines, and that threw everybody into a big gamer rage.
Nice.
I wish I would have ran into one of those, but I was mainly in downtown Fremont Street. So a lot of those like old mobster casinos. People
Did you
get
walk all the way down Fremont?
Not down it, just through the hotels or the casinos. So nice and air conditioned.
Did you see the nun with her tits out, with the tape over her nipples?
I didn't see.
I think that's one of the main attractions in Fremont.
Didn't see none of that.
That sounds like a California thing.
No, it's a Vegas thing.
Oh well, there we go.
Fremont Street.
Is that like a statue, or is that just like somebody who dresses like that?
No, it's some lady.
Jeez.
I saw Paul Stanley, impersonator.
Was he a midget?
No, he was really tall, actually.
Really tall, huh?
And he'd be tall Stanley.
Hmm.
See what you did there.
Then I actually played Kiss mini golf. That was fun.
Oh, you went to that place?
Yeah, the Rio.
That's
Aren't you
where.
banned? Aren't you banned from those places?
Mm-mm. Not yet.
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, that's where Christian got married, at the Kiss mini golf and arcade.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a Gene Simmons impersonator that he married the two.
Oh yeah, it was like right up the escalator.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, they got married in the little room. And I guess there was an option for a midget, Gene Simmons. But Christian said he's afraid of midgets, so no, that was a no go. That would have been cool, though.
You got to pay the premium for that. Why would you be afraid of midgets?
What do you have to pay premium for that? Would you have to pay half price?
Ooh.
What are you saying? He's half a person?
You just lost
3/5.
your midget subscriber demographic.
Yeah, all the midgets are gone. Damn it!
Just closing their tabs in rage right now.
The dwarven folk metal enthusiasts are gonna hate this podcast.
Folk metal.
all the diggy hole napalm that
Yeah.
all the bands are just like,
We lost
That's me, some kind of horrible dwarf man.
We lost all our dad listeners.
That's it. You don't like the dwarves? Get out.
What's wrong with Gimli?
That's me, wee lad Gimli.
Never toss a dwarf.
why would you be afraid of dwarves though? Would you, if you just like put one in front of him, would he just like start sweating profusely and lose his shit?
Maybe it's a thing with like, I'm not calling midgets deformed, but maybe there's like one of those things. I said I'm not, but I'm saying maybe
When
it's
you
one of those
preempt
things
it
where.
with, when you preempt it with, I'm not saying it, but
No,
it
I'm
kinda
not
makes
saying
it
that,
way.
but I'm saying maybe my friend who was afraid of midgets sort of sees it that way and it makes him uncomfortable.
Maybe
Because
it's like
I don't
an
know.
uncanny valley sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't know if this ever happens to you guys, but are you ever scrolling on Instagram and you will see someone with like a horrible deformity and you go, "Oh, why is this on my fucking feed?" I see that. It makes me angry when I see that.
I see like the worst. You see the worst shit on Instagram. It's actually so much worse than anything
Like it's
else.
getting worse. You see like fucking a bunch of monkeys like ripping apart a dog and shit like
Like
that. It's like,
brain
why is
brain
this here?
rot. Brain rot gets overused a lot, but it's like genuinely applicable to Instagram.
The stuff I'm talking about isn't quite brain rot. It's like
It's just
third world. It's like
it's
third
just
world.
people just like deformed.
It's either deformed people or third world. It's usually the same sort of bracket, but it's like third world like gore clips that show up on Instagram. It's like why is this here? I'm here to have a good time. I'm not really that interested in watching gore. I don't know how people feel about that. Maybe horror movie enthusiasts like that, but yeah, I'm not too into the into the horrible gore from the third world.
Wow, what do you know? The metalhead's not into people dying. Whoa.
Mm. Yeah.
Poser!
I know it's there, but I don't really want to see it. It's gonna give me nightmares.
Nightmare,
I bet
nightmare,
J-Dog
nightmare.
just like watches reels of just like third world deformed person gore. He watches that on public transport with the sound on. He's just scrolling through it. It's
Yeah,
like,
well maybe the
mhm.
yeah. Well, maybe the brain rot stuff you're talking about is like the chicken nugget singing Cotton Eye Joe or whatever,
I know what you're talking about.
I see nothing
where
wrong
it's
with
like,
that.
The kid scrolling through the iPad.
yeah, the kid's scrolling through the iPad. What's he gonna see? He's gonna see like
I know, yeah. I
Squidward,
know the
Squidward, Skibbity Toilet or something.
yeah, he's browsing Soy Jack Party, that website.
Yeah,
That board.
I think Aiden, you for sure saw the I think it was what's that show called? Stephen Colbert, The Daily something.
Show?
Oh,
Fred
the
knows.
daily report.
Is that what it's called? The Daily
I
Show.
think
Yeah,
so.
Daily
The
Show.
daily, the Stephen Colbert show.
Yeah,
It's his
you
show.
saw where they had Skibbity Biden. That was kind of scary.
Yes, I have. Yes, I
Skibbity
have.
Biden. Hitler's language?
Yes, I have.
What does that mean?
Hitler's language.
What the fuck does that mean? Like German?
It's. What did he mean by this?
Very
Speaking
very
of
esoteric
Hitler's
stuff.
language,
Hmm.
yeah. Have you seen? There was. I'm quite disappointed because the official QAnon account said that at 9 p.m. everybody was supposed to smash their phones, and 9 p.m. What do you know? It's come and gone, and nothing's happened. So I'm just like left here holding the bag, kind of pissed off.
See, I'm sort of out of the loop with QAnon people. They're the is that like the that guy with the horns, that like pagan, what was his name? That pagan
Oh,
guy who like breached the
the
Capitol or
Q,
whatever.
the Q
The
shaman.
QAnon shaman. That's his group, right?
Shaman.
I think I don't even know. It's like QAnon's. It's like it's kind of like an anonymous or something where it's just like some guy who's just like
I
claims
think
to
that
be.
guy's locked up in like solitary right now.
I think he joined
Yeah,
Iced Earth.
it's
He
funny.
jo-
Oh, geez,
yeah,
John Schaefer.
is the guy from Iced Earth, is he locked up?
Yeah, I think so. Still locked up.
Because everybody who was there was pretty much locked up, right?
They're still locking people up to this day. Actually,
Yeah. I think I saw
like I
something. Oh,
heard
God,
about it.
it's so weird. When the fuck did that happen? Was that 2020?
Yeah, no, or
Never forget.
2021. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's kind of weird. It's 2024, but that feels like it was not very
Still
long ago.
new. Still new
I honestly,
9/11.
yeah. We're getting so political now. Blah blah blah. I honestly forget a lot of the time that, or throughout these years, I forgot that Joe Biden was the president. I just never, we never really saw him. I forgot.
Just
Joe
saw him in the
Biden's
toilet.
That's because he goes into cryostasis between public appearances.
is Joe
Yeah.
Biden. Joe Bidenness seeped into you. You're like, where am I? Who am I? What's that? What's that Stalag band?
Oh, the
Oh,
one with
Stallone?
like all the mental patients like recorded.
Yeah, yeah. One of the album covers looks like Joe Biden. Project Misanthropia, whatever it's called. Looks just like him, kind of.
There,
I used to have one of their albums. I never really got into it.
there was
Corn
an old
pop looking
meme.
ass album cover.
There was an old meme. I don't know if you guys ever saw it. It's like a guy. It's a guy inside of like one of the ice cream freezers at the market, and it says "Back to the side, nigga, stasis chamber."
No, that's a new one.
That's pretty
That's a
good.
new one.
Yeah,
That's an old one.
Ooh.
yeah, that cover looks like a mixture of Joe Biden and like the fucking Necronomicon from
It does.
The
From Evil Dead.
Bidenomicon.
Biden, the corn pop nomicon, corn pop.
Corn Pop. Corn Pop was a bad dude. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Jeez. Do you think I forgot what I was gonna say.
Sweet.
Jeez.
I think
Just
too.
thinking about Joe Biden, it just like makes me just go, where am I? Who am I?
Yeah, I don't know if you
So
can
many
tell. This is my
reactions.
third week in a row not having any notes, so I'm just kind of going.
Very good.
Very good, and Yeah, that's how you respond now.
Mhm.
Okay, well, with that,
What was that title of the new J-Dog video where it's like goth girls with fat
Buttercup
asses
face?
and buttercup
Yeah.
faces?
this
No,
dumbass doesn't even know how to say butterface.
Butterface?
Buttercup
Yeah,
face, what are you
is that-
kidding me?
Like, is that what he was going for? What's a buttercup face? I think he was
I
going
don't know
for
what that
butterface.
means. It says devil into goth girls with fat asses and buttercup faces is what he loves. What kind of
Alright,
title
then.
is that?
I think he was talking about someone who posed a question or whatever, did a page Scaruni. He's
I
like,
don't even remember. Did he say he was like quitting the?
no, he said he was.
The
He's
page
like,
keys.
he's all, there's no fucking page Scarunis this week. He's all, I'm just gonna do fucking one video a week. God damn it. But then the paid Scaruni
Like-
started coming back, and he's like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm looking. I'm still getting like notifications. So
Aiden,
that
I don't
came and
know
went
if you.
pretty fast.
He was just threatening to
Yeah.
leave.
Aiden, I don't know if you saw this. This was actually like kind of a while ago, maybe a year ago or something, where I sent in a question to J Dog. I asked him something really stupid. What was it? Oh,
Fuck,
I
marry,
asked
kill.
him. Yeah, I said fuck, Mary, kill, Dawn of the Dead,
Oh,
King
God.
Fowley, King Diamond, or something like that. And
Damn,
he
that's
titled
pretty tough.
he titled his video "Dog Gets Sent Some Kiddo Dick and Fart Jokes," but if you like if you look at the if you look at the title scrolling, it kind of cuts off half of it, so it says
Yeah.
"Dog Gets Sent Some Kiddo Dick."
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah, dog gets it together.
Yeah, that was my doing. I was happy about that.
You were happy to frame him in that way.
Yeah, we're framing J Dog.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I didn't fucking tell him to put that title. He thought of that on his own.
God damn it.
That,
Damn it.
that interview of Attila was pretty interesting. Have you
Oh,
seen
yeah.
that one?
Yeah, James was asking me if I saw that. He has an interesting haircut. It's like only the sides are there, but they're kind of like glued to his head.
Yeah. He talks like you think he would too. He's like a Hungarian. He literally sounds like Dracula. I haven't
that?
I haven't been keeping too much in the loop with that music of destruction guy you keep talking about.
Neither have I. That was a
sometimes I
thing
keep
for a
getting, like,
second.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's he been up to? I have no idea. I think he just does the same thing over and over again.
It's like the weird like DJ things where he just like plays songs and then
He does
talks.
the
There's a lot
DJ
of
thing.
those.
He does the DJ thing, and then he does these like walk and talk videos where he goes, "This channel's never going to change. This channel's never going to comply. If you're looking for acceptance, why the fuck are you listening to extreme music?" It's stuff like that.
It's like the affirmations that white girls do, but it's for like a war metal fan. He's just
Like,
saying
yes,
that to
yes,
himself.
this is why I'm into this music. Thank you, Music of Destruction.
Yeah, there's just probably like a bunch of people posting in the chat like, yeah, it's so right.
No, it's so funny because he has like the girlfriend
has
in that like every
minions.
chat.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
He has like a girlfriend in the chat that's like, yes,
everyone
just
thinks
like
she's fake.
yeah, just like hyping him up. He's like, what's he say?
Brian,
What did he say? He's like, yes, yes, babe.
Say,
Shit
thank you, babe. Thank you, babe.
Yeah, like shit like that.
I forget her name. I think her name is Janelle. But she has, if you see her channel, it has one like YouTube short on it. And she's like, for all of you questioning Music of Destruction, I'm his girlfriend. So now that you know I'm real, shut the fuck up. It's like that's
with
her.
a voice changer.
Yeah, it was an
Have you
AI.
seen his?
It almost looks
have you
AI. It
seen
looks very
his-
strange.
Have you seen his store? I'm like looking at his merch right now.
I didn't know he had merch.
Oh, you bet.
He has a mug, and it says the only metal channel you need, and it's like a nice picture of him.
They're all like,
Wow.
yeah.
Here's another mug. It says the best in metal content. And his description is
I hate-
hoist your coffee mug with pride.
I hate that word so much. Content.
MOD.
Content.
Such a. I don't even know. It's like disinfectant. It's like, think of like
Content.
a hospital smell. Content.
Yeah.
Slop.
It's like what were those guys called? The Baked Alaska crowd, IP2. It's like that.
Oh my god. IP2.
Yeah, like them and what was that girl's name? Gucci's.
Oh, don't get me started on IP2. You're bringing back some memories.
I don't even know.
Gucci's.
Besides Baked Alaska, I don't really remember much of. That's Ice Poseidon, right?
It's like Ice Poseidon, but then it like turned into like a forum or something where they like stream themselves like doing meth and shit.
I know.
there's, like-
I didn't know they
there
were
was,
doing
like-
that.
There was like that one guy, like, you know, Only Use Me Blade, that guy.
Yeah, I love that guy.
He, like-
That guy's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he's funny, but he's got like holes in his legs because he drinks so much.
He has holes in his
like,
what?
legs. Yeah, he's got holes in his legs.
Is that
His legs
diabetes?
are- something. He like drinks so much and like legs are like falling off. They're like necrotic.
Hmm.
Fuck.
Yeah, that guy was funny. Only
That's
used my
pretty.
blade.
That's pretty interesting to know who he is, but not know about his legs. That's like one of the first things people talk about. Whenever they
Oh,
talk about.
I've seen
I've seen
like
his legs.
one. Oh, you know what I've seen? I saw
I've
the
seen through
RV
them.
stream. That's what I saw. That's like all I know about those guys.
Yeah, it's all through his
I've
legs.
seen his. I've seen his legs. I've seen his legs. They're pretty good legs. Perfectly normal, still intact.
I get the
legs.
job done.
He's still kicking.
Still kicking.
Oh, Paul went there.
Oof.
Aiden, are you familiar with well now that we're talking about the IP2 thing for a minute. Are you familiar with the Baked Alaska Sammy streams? Sammy Saga?
Yes.
You
Yes.
are? Okay. That
Yes,
was
I
great
am.
stuff. I was going to say if you haven't seen that, it's important that everyone sees that because I haven't brought it
Are
up
you
in a while.
familiar with Chaggit?
Yes, I know Chaggit. He was on Jesse
Hopefully
Lee
not
Peterson's
personally.
show.
Yeah,
No,
he
I don't
does
know him
ALP.
No, I don't know any of those. I don't know any of those
You
people
You
personally.
don't want to
I'm
know.
not-
You don't want to know Chaggit personally.
no,
Yeah,
I know
I know
he
him.
was. I know he was on the Jesse Lee Peterson show. You know who he is, right? That black dude.
Yeah.
From Blasphemy?
Yeah, the guy. Well, he actually interviewed the singer from
I
Vital
always,
Remains at some point.
I always thought it was funny that the Xantotl, which EP was, it was Thus Spake Zarathustra. It looks like the devil on it looks like Jesse Lee Peterson.
Oh, amazing!
Oh, Nathan! Beta!
Bite up! God, he fell off. There was some accusation about him being like a big homo or something.
Yeah, I saw like Milo drop something on him and then he just like kind of left.
I mean, nobody should trust Milo Yiannopoulos. I mean, I don't know who would trust that guy. He's like, oh, hello, darling.
Apparently now he's like, well, he's straight now. That's the new angle. He's not gay anymore,
Oh,
and he's like, he's talking a lot about like a sodomy clock, whatever that is.
What?
No clue what a sodomy clock is.
I
It's
don't
sort
know.
of weird. It's
I'm
like
not gonna Google it.
Well, when it strikes midnight, something happens.
it's sort
Yeah,
of
is that
weird.
like
It's like
some lycanthropy thing?
I have no idea.
The full
His
moon
ass-
makes you gay or something?
Yeah, full moon, and then he gives you the full moon.
Well,
I think Mick was a big fan of him.
I was I was driving
Hmm.
to work like 2 weeks ago, and I saw like a deer just get hit, and
You
like
say
so
a deer
fucking
or an
hard.
ear?
A deer
Oh.
get hit so fucking hard by like a car in the other lane. It went like flying across the road looking like a hockey puck, and I was listening to the Thunderbolt EP. Like and it's like somehow it's like one of those experiences where it's just like irreversibly kind of tied to that.
Yeah, it's
Polish
almost like nature, but there's a car involved.
Yeah, it's like I remember like listening to Dissection while I was like skiing once, but now I'm gonna forever associate that Thunderbolt EP with an image of a deer just like flying across the
Deer in
fucking road.
headlights.
I think about that often. You sometimes remember where you were when you are listening to certain things, whether it be music or like watching something.
It's not even like traumatic. It's just like something that happened. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Just ingrained in
deer
your
got-
head.
Deer got smashed up. Okay.
Yeah, but with that, at long last, I desperately need to hear from Fred. I need to hear what he's been up to, because I just can't go another week without knowing.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't.
Yeah, this is a pretty slow week for me. I didn't do a ton. Mostly worked. It was
I saw you posted Monday sucks. Is that because you knew you had to do this? No, I was kidding.
Yeah, no, it was just like
Like, yeah or no?
Yeah or no? What's it gonna be, dude?
I'll go back to bed. But no, like nothing exciting happened last week.
Oh, man.
It's kind of just another, you know,
Just another manic Monday.
another.
Wish it were Sunday.
Wish it were Sunday. That's for sure.
Who the hell sings
Is there
that
like
song?
any new stuff coming out that you liked, or
That's a good
I don't-
question. We don't ever talk about new stuff on this show. But yeah,
No,
let's get into
I-
it.
I don't really like, especially in terms of my collection lately. I've been mostly focusing on older shit that I haven't picked up yet. So I don't listen to a ton of new stuff as it comes out. I swung by a record store last week, and I can tell you what I picked up. There's nothing particularly new in here. The second album from the French, or it's not French, but the Quebecois band Triskel, Origins. The self-titled
Triskelion.
Elizabeth album, which is just
I didn't check that out.
As-
What the fuck is that?
the guy calls it Bathory Core because it's basically
I was
just
gonna say, yeah,
the first
it's like
album.
Yellow Goat.
Yeah, exactly. Like you just. Yeah, Elizabeth is to Bathory as Warhammer is to Hellhammer.
Is there another like 100% Bathory worship band called Armageddon, or am I misremembering something?
I don't know about Armageddon, but there is one called Zabbath that was on.
What country?
They were on Witch's Brew, and there's Born for Burning, which is basically the return worship. And I wouldn't not specifically Bathory worship, but the Swedish band Hellfire is just like probably the best Bathory worship I've ever heard.
And were you thinking of Damnation
Damnation?
instead of Armageddon? Damnation. Yeah.
Possibly. Do they have album art that looks just like God, what's the name of that one? The one from '88, Blood, Fire, Death.
Oh. No. Must be something else. Then.
Which country damnation? Because there's a fucking million of them.
There's like I'm thinking of the Swedish one, like the side band of a unanimated.
Oh no,
Dismember band.
that's what's his name? That's the guy from fucking Dismember.
Yeah, that's like their side band.
That's
also
not
Bathory
Richard, is it?
Worship.
Who is that guy?
I'm pretty sure it
Is
was.
that Richard?
I think so.
The
Damn,
bass
fact check
player?
me on
who is this guy? That's not Richard. That's
Who?
is it? I guess it is. I think it is Richard from Dismember, the
this.
bass
Liquid
player.
Richard.
Who are we talking about?
Liquid Richard, yeah, just like Liquid Chris.
Yeah, it's Richard Cabeza.
Oh, it is. For some reason, I keep confusing the two guys from Dismember, the other guitar player and Richard.
Yeah, it's that's also Bathory Worship, kind of.
Yeah, Damnation was pretty cool. Not the 2004 one, but the '94 Divine Darkness.
The Polish
Angel
Damnation's
sent me
pretty good
that.
too, but they're
Angel
different.
sent me that. He's like I didn't know. I know. What about the
Yeah,
Polish band?
Polish Damnation and Polish Armageddon are also pretty good. They're like Polish death metal. Not really something you wouldn't expect from the style. Mostly just like early Vader stuff.
It's weird.
Yeah.
The first two
Rebel Souls
Damnation
is called.
album covers, they look like other album covers. Like the first one kind of looks like the Impiety debut, and then the second one is straight up the same thing as Mental Home, the same Mental Home artwork. The Rebel Souls. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
just, like,
Rebel
lava
Souls
flow.
has like really, it's got like really weird kind of like atmospheric parts to it.
Yeah, I really like that
I
one.
was gonna
That's
ask
the
you,
one. Blessed Earth Sick.
Fred. I was actually gonna ask you, do you know who that guy is on Instagram who keeps responding to your post saying that sucked?
I do now.
Oh, you do now?
Paul,
How do
Paul
you know
spilled the
now?
beans earlier.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
No, like,
that's our guy.
It was
said
funny
was
'cause he's missed-
Nosferatu.
Those for Aftu.
Nosferatu.
Yo, no
Yeah.
score Raph too, actually.
No, it's funny because I
Raph too.
posted like he responded.
Mhm.
He responded to the a picture of the Damnable album and said that sucked, and then he responded to the
Uh-huh.
Death Penalty album and said this sucked. Which I mean,
That's actually
he's not,
that's something
he's
I
not
do
far off on
sometimes.
that one.
I'll just find like a random post and I'll just like comment it on and say like this sounds like shit or this sucks and I won't even care like what it is. And
No,
I'll
but
just
that's
get, like,
Fred's
5 replies.
catchphrase. After the first song, he always goes, "That sucked," and so he was
Yep.
he was pulling a fast one on you. Did you catch that, or did you like not even think of that?
No, I picked up on that. I figured they'd listen to the podcast at least because like the first
You're as
the first
perked up
time
like
on
a
the on the Damnable album, I'm like, all right, maybe we just didn't like it. But then the second time, I'm like, all right, this guy listens to the podcast.
This son of a bitch is fucking with me, dude.
This sucks.
But
And he messaged about the Zizma post.
There
yeah,
was,
he said,
I
now
was
this does
listening-
not suck.
I was
Rap-
listening
rap-
to Seance and there's like one part in like a song that literally sounds like the Butthead laugh from Beavis and Butthead. Yeah, it literally sounds like that.
Oh,
It's like
dude, I know
right-
what you're
it's right-
talking about.
Yeah, you know
There's
what I'm
a
talking
part where the song stops and he goes,
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
and it's like,
internalized it. Yep. That's it.
I love
would've been-
parts in death metal albums that do weird vocal like improv. I guess you would call that. It's a very strange idea,
I
but I
like,
like it very much.
I like death metal vocalists that sound like certain cartoon characters. Like, do you know
Yeah.
Magnus, the Polish
Yes.
band?
Yes.
They sound like that they took our jobs guy from South Park. That's what on certain
I s-
parts. He sounds like
I saw
Tom
one-
Araya, like mixed with
Yeah,
that
I
guy
saw
kinda.
one where it was macabre, and they're like, what? They're like, they got Ed, and Eddie on vocals. He's like,
And then there's like Avatar that sounds like fucking
Donald Duck.
yeah, Donald Duck.
Or,
Oh,
there was-
what's another
No,
one?
Donald
Incubus,
Duck for me
Incubus.
is Mayhem. Like freaking Maniac and Mayhem, like especially on the live albums like Mediolum
Yeah.
Capta Est. He just
Yeah,
sounds
Mayhem.
like Donald Duck, and I cannot
He
take it
does.
seriously.
I can't
What's
remember what.
Floridian Incubus also sounds like Timmy. South Park.
Oh, Timmy and the Lords of the Underworld. There was some brutal death band. I don't remember which one it was, but the guy who's doing like the high register vocals, it sounded like Squidward, and he was blowing the bubble, and it like turns into a fucking elephant. He's like,
You
Yeah,
think
that
about it, like most vocalists would probably be really good, like cartoon voice actors. There's just like such an untapped pool of talent.
yeah, but really think about the
Jack
macabre
Black.
Ed and Eddie. That works
just
so
kidding.
well.
If you're talking about like some meme that's been posted somewhere, I've probably seen it. Because I know.
Yeah,
I've seen
yeah.
them
I
where
saw a
it's
meme
Ed,
that
Ed
was
and
like
Eddie.
Ed and Eddie. It makes sense. I'm just lighting up, so you boys go ahead.
Was there like
Yeah, we'll
something
wait.
that really disappointed you this year? Like, was there anything you guys liked this year? Because I feel like I've been kind of just like, I don't know, mostly, I don't know.
Let me.
I
I'm
liked
impressed,
that.
kinda.
I liked that Russian band that was Blazebirth Hall Worship. I don't know what they're called because it's Russian. You probably know what it is. The one with like the wolf on it.
Yeah, isn't it like
Um,
Star Temple or something?
It was off of a label called Horrible
name.
Room.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Then
Yeah,
Is
you
that,
know what I'm
like, the
talking about?
kinda-
Yeah,
It
Star
kind of
Temple.
looks like the guy from the Omega Vortex album cover or something like that. It's like
Oh my God, it's Star Temple, guys.
whatever. It's in
Band's
like
called Star
Cyrillics.
Temple. Oh, it
It's-
is Star
that's
Temple.
the-
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I know it's Star Temple. I keep telling. No, it's.
No, I
See,
know, I know.
English translation. I'm just looking at the 24 releases that I have.
Just look at No Gleaming Light. He's got all the dirt.
Why'd he change his name from Greg Beal? Whatever happened to that?
Yeah, I know him as Greg. When I email him, I go, "Hi, Greg. Hello. How are you?"
Don't call me that.
No, he doesn't. He. Oh, I love Greg. He's a good guy.
Don't dead
Oh,
name him.
this necro sorcery.
Don't dead name.
Oh,
My
I didn't
dead
get to check
name.
out Necrosorcery yet.
Those are his pronouns. No/gleaming/light. There you go. They turned him into woke gleaming light. God damn it.
Yeah, but this necro sorcery, I think they're from Sweden. That was pretty good. It's got a dragon on the cover. Anybody who listens to this show knows I like dragons on the cover, not babies. Dragons.
Pretty fucking good.
Dan likes his dragon.
I do.
What if
think
it's
of,
a
like,
baby
Swedish-
dragon?
Yeah, I
What
was
would
gonna
you
say
do?
baby dragons.
Swedish like dragon covers. I think I'm inverted, but
Oh, baby
Necro
dragons.
sorcery.
Aw.
I like the new
That's a
Amen Corner
really-
from this year. That was a fun album.
Which one?
Amen Corner.
I haven't heard that. I haven't heard the new Amen Corner.
so far, my two favorite things to come out are probably the new Reversed album and the new Old Leshy album, which is it's basically just like Polish black metal. Worship,
Yeah, I was
kinda.
going to ask you about Old Leshy. I listened to it for like a second. I didn't really get into it too much.
Oh, Leshy.
It kind of sounds like, to me, how people would describe Paysage de Ver, or however you pronounce that, but just like less kind of wallpaper music.
Oh, I see. Okay. You know what? I know people liked Reverse. I'm kind of curious to what Fred has to say about that band being from Canada.
I haven't heard the album yet.
Neither have I.
I heard Widow Recluse, and it was
It's-
cool, but didn't.
I will
Didn't, like,
concede that it's
tickle
wholly
me, right?
unoriginal, but it's really good.
It doesn't
Yeah,
need to be
there's, like,
original for me to like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's like a weird thing with newer bands where if they have decent production and they have riffs, then everyone like kisses their butts. But yeah, maybe they are that good. I would have to give a re-listen.
Yeah, I have to check them out again. I remember liking it, but not like falling head over heels over it or anything. Oh, the new Knockletch album was pretty good actually. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I heard that too. It is pretty interesting. It's pretty minimalist, but I enjoyed it.
Oh, and Filigaris is still one of the best things I've heard this year as well. Filigaris was fantastic.
Yeah, the discoverer of Filigaris. I got to him before anybody else did. Feel
Yep.
proud about that.
Owned it.
Ultra. I sent that to Angel. He's like, "This isn't ultra metal. It's not raw enough."
Well, la di da.
Yeah, well,
Is ultra metal, is that like cribbed from that split that Volcano and Niflheim did, or did that like exist before it?
I think ultra metal. When
Probably
people talk about that, it's
contemporary.
like Parabellum and like Blasphemia and stuff. The Colombian bands.
Yeah, but where did they
Oh.
pull the term from? I don't know. I
know
think it came up after the volcano
Yeah.
sort of thing, but yeah, it's
I know
very
I know that band
specifically-
Tudor. They did they have a release called Ultra Metal? Because I remember seeing a music video where I think
It
it just
was
said
one of
Ultra Metal
those-
on like a piece of
it
paper.
was- one
their
of
compilation
those-
was ultra black metal.
It was
There
one
you
of
go,
those
Ultra
Czech
Black
bands
Metal.
or something.
And what an awesome compilation that is. Man, Bloody Mary is such an underrated album. I really like that thing.
From Tudor?
Yeah.
I never really got around to that one. I've listened to like most of the Czech stuff except Tudor.
Watch the music video they have for the song Hades. It's that'll sell you, I think.
The demos are probably like the black metal stuff people really want to hear, but Bloody Mary
Yeah.
is an amazing album. Even though the cover is really weird on both the tape and the reissue, but fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, they kind of do what Tor did, where they start off sounding like first wave stuff and then just basically get into more regular thrash.
Yeah, but
Am I correct about that?
Tudor wasn't like they had even like the regular thrash in Czech was weird. Like it's just a weird scene. I love it.
Yeah, like the Czech Republic and like Slovakian bands usually kind of tend to be
Yeah.
really weird. Like a discovery of mine was this like a sort of like death grindy band called Protest, and they kind of like sound like blood mixed with like a bunch of like psychedelic elements and weird shit like that. Like there was
speaking
one.
speaking of ultra metal though, there was a Czech band Debustrol. They were on a split called Ultra Metal with a bunch of
I've
other
heard
bands
that
that
one.
weren't as well known except maybe Master's Hammer.
Fred, last time we were talking about Morbus Kron and like that era of
Yeah.
kind of bands.
Yeah.
My friend who is kind of out of the loop, but he likes. It's hard to say exactly what he likes. I think he's into the stuff that sounded like later Morbus Kron, and he
Poser.
sent me a band called Speglas. Have any of you guys heard of that?
What did you
Pulverized
call it?
Records.
I've heard of
Speglas.
Speglas.
I didn't like it. He said it to me. He's like, it's. I get where it's kind of death metal, but there's too many Macedon riffs, and I think the Macedon
Yeah,
type of
it's
riff
like,
just
it's
turns
kinda,
me off.
That style's like kind of born out of that like
Like
Swedish
DSO.
kind of
I hate their
like,
album covers.
post
I
in
hate them.
solitude bands where they like kind of like mixed it with like occult rock and stuff. Is that right?
Yes, yes. So what was the name of that one band? Tribulation. I think they
yeah,
did
I was
that.
just gonna say like the Tribulation wave. The debut from Tribulation is so fucking good. It's a shame they never
The
like,
debut is pretty
actually
good. It's like solid.
did that song.
What you would expect from a retro Swedish death metal band.
Yeah.
The second one is it's moving away a little bit, but it's still interesting.
Yeah, there were like some good bands in Sweden in like the early thousands, like Kamos, like the first Tribulation, Repugnant, and there's one more. There's one more I'm blanking on, but yeah, there was like a shit ton of really good bands in that style, and they just Necrovation was the other one, and they just like kind of stopped. They either like completely disbanded or they just kind of went like in a weird proggy direction.
Yeah, and it
Kamos
seemed
is
like
really
after
cool.
they
They don't get
did
mentioned
those,
much.
everybody kind of forgot about them.
Yeah, Kamos had like members of like a Mind Confused, which was like a melodeath band.
Yeah,
Mm.
that band was really good. The album was okay. I remember thinking I think it was a demo of a Mind Confused that was really good. Let me see. It was Poems of a Darker Soul. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that one.
Let me see the cover. I might have listened to that one. I've definitely listened to the album.
Yeah, I think this one from '95 is a little bit better. It has a cooler atmosphere to it. It's almost like the early, maybe I'm thinking of Excretion. Yeah. Excretion from Sweden, who like kind of toe the line between regular.
It's like that's the band with like the two guns on that really stupid looking album cover.
Yes, that album cover is really stupid. I think the good one is, weirdly enough, it's from 1993. It's called Suicide Silence. That one's really good.
Is that the one with the Family Guy demo?
Guy
Suicide
demo.
Silence, they had a Family Guy demo, yeah.
No, I'm talking about Excretion. Their '93 demo, Suicide Silence.
It's such a weird like synchronicity.
Besides, let's see. I don't know if I was listening to anything totally.
It's such a
I really didn't listen to anything this week.
it's
I just
for
been
like
watching
95.
I just been
too,
watching
that's
Dexter.
like such an early thousands cover. What the fuck?
Which one's that?
That album you're talking about from Excretion.
The
It looks
Voice
like-
of Harmony.
Yeah, it looks like a early thousands cover.
It's hard
Yeah,
to tell
the
what that
cover's
is.
terrible.
Is that like two angel wings holding guns? I can't exactly tell what that is.
It looks like just like it.
It's a
just,
hand
like,
mirrored.
the image. Yeah.
But it does look
It looks
like
like-
wings. That's
It looks like
probably
Danny
intentional.
DeVito's gun in Sunny. He had that little tiny gun he held in his back pocket.
I feel like a lot
Yeah,
of people
it's
have
such a-
guns like that.
Teensy tiny little bitchy pistol.
God, I was listening to something. Oh, I was listening to Zyklon B earlier, and the first comment it says, "So I just started blast."
Do you like the other Cyclone?
Yeah,
That's
Cyclone
the-
Eon.
Yeah, the
I do.
Samoth band.
Yeah,
good.
the World of Worms is. Oh no, is it World of Worms? Or is it
World
the
of
other one?
Worms is like one of the worst album covers ever.
Well, there's
The
nothing
cover
on
is
it.
terrible. No,
So
when you
shit.
take off the slipcase of the white background with the black logo, there's like a
Oh
dude
God,
coming
that
out
one,
of
the one with the dude with the worms on him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah, that is horrible looking.
so
But-
bad.
Demon's vocals on that album are fucking awesome. What a great
Yeah.
vocalist.
I actually
Demon
like their
from
second album
Limbonic
better.
Art. Yeah.
Anybody ever listen to the second one? Just Eon.
Yeah, I had that
I
one. I
like
didn't
that.
like it as
I
much.
like that one.
No, it's
You
still
know, I
good. I
didn't-
enjoyed it.
I didn't really realize that that was Demon doing the vocals on that until like recently, but it kind of makes sense now. Like when you consider the direction that Limbonic Art kind of went in
Mm.
on their later albums, where they kind of like added in like a lot of like thrash and like DSI kind of rips.
Mm.
That's the guy from. Is this the guy from Odium, too?
No.
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 The guy from Odeon
Oh.
plays a Mirk Skull.
No, I think
Sorry.
He, I think he did play in Odium, or he did something. No.
Sorry, I thought I meant Demon. Demon's not in.
No.
But
There's a similar band to
Destructor,
Zyklon
who was
called
in
Mirk Skull.
Destructor, who was in Zyklon, was in Odium. Actually, so was Set
Oh,
Demon.
okay.
Oh, that's right. A few of them were in there. And yeah, Mirkskog was related too. I think both those guys were Mirkskog as well.
Yeah, they sound very similar to Zyklon.
Especially not Superior Massacre, Death Machine. That was a really cool album, actually. I like that one.
Oh, the reason I brought up Julian showing me this like kind of bad prog sweet death is because they invited me over to their parents' house, and Josh's dad kept getting mad at Josh because he kept saying the N-word. And then he brought all of his
With the
like,
hard R or
no, just the regular one.
The loose
why
A.
would
But
you be saying it with an A though?
The
Like,
easy A.
listening to.
I don't
Jeez,
know.
it
His
better
dad
be
was
some,
getting.
like, good.
I think his dad was getting mad because he doesn't like the way his boy is lingo or something.
What kind of music is like so good that makes you say that? It wouldn't be
Oh,
Morbus Kron, that's for sure.
no. Julian's the good boy. He's the one that's into the metal stuff. Josh, it's we talked about Josh
Well,
before.
Josh,
It's weird.
here's the
Saunders?
connection here. He likes infestors, so
Yeah. No, but that's the
Oh, is he
weirdest
the-
thing is like he
there
finds
you go.
random
Oh,
death
he's
metal
the
bands out of
guy.
nowhere.
Yeah.
No, because most of the time he's listening to fucking Creedence Clearwater Revival and
country
like-
and soul.
Oh, Iggy Pop has like a BBC radio channel, and he was playing Gorment on it for something, for some reason.
Iggy
Gorment,
Pop,
yeah.
the
What?
only guy on BBC Radio. Okay, I mean, I'm
Yeah, Iggy
that reminded
Pop.
me of what's his name, Little Steven from the Bruce Springsteen's band, who was also Syl in Sopranos.
Yeah.
He has a radio station called Little Steven's Underground Garage, where he plays like old psychedelic rock and things like that.
Yeah, it was like Iggy Pop was like doing like a radio station where he did like music from different countries, and I guess Gorment was on it. But it was funny because he was doing stuff from Sweden, but he didn't do like Dismember or Entombed or like any of the big bands. He did like Bloombath and Gorment, which are like two kind of like C tier bands in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I suppose so. But I mean,
Not like
I
in
guess
quality, but in like reputation.
oh, in popularity, I suppose. Because I do like Gorman. I don't know where I would put them with Dismember just because I rank them so high.
Yeah, I like Gorman too, but not as much as Dismember. But I just thought that was funny that he'd be playing on his radio station.
I think on the last, maybe it was the last Terminus episode, the black metal guy was talking about like psychedelic kind of black metal that was coming around in the mid 2010s, like that band Cirrus. I think I brought them up before. Any of you guys remember them?
Cirrus like a
CIRR
cloud.
CIRRHUS. Cirrus.
Yeah, I think I've seen that name.
They were a band from Oregon or Portland.
hmm
Yeah, that shit was actually pretty decent. It has the kind of Finnish sound to it. And then I guess
I know
I was listening to
Oronsi
Volon as
Pazuzu's
well.
like the big one.
Who's that?
Oronsi Pazuzu, that band. I don't know if they're
Why did-
similar, but that's like
Oh.
whenever people talk about like psychedelic stuff,
Yeah.
that's like the big
I
one.
did not like them.
I don't know what
I've
that
never-
is even.
Yeah, me neither.
Astronaut black metal.
Astronaut black metal, yeah. It seems like kind of hipster-ish.
I
But Dan,
think
just
the
because you
only
mentioned
time I've heard-
Cirrus, there's another American band called Skirhus, Skirrrhus. They only released one album, Consumed by Misery, and it is really good. I like that album a lot. It does not get much traction anywhere.
Consumed by Misery.
I know Ixial wanted to put out an LP, but that's
Oh.
not going to happen. Apparently, none of the members
I-
get along anymore. So
I don't know if I've heard this before, but that album cover looks familiar with the chalice.
I think I posted it a few months back. I think.
Say, what was that really popular like black thrash band? South American. They had a bunch of chalices with snakes on it coming out of eggs and shit. Communion.
Oh,
Does anybody like Communion? I feel like I used to see their T-shirts everywhere. Even in the LA
I
scene.
saw them live back in I think 2017. They were really good.
We're not worthy.
I-
We're not worthy.
We're not worthy.
the Chilean one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chilean Communion.
What's going on, Freddie? You're saying all the Chilean bands. even
Huh?
what, like a month ago?
What?
Said you're seeing all these Chilean bands even like a month ago.
Hey, so Ejecutor.
Oh, they're not Chilean. They're Colombian, aren't they?
Oh, are they?
Oh, my Paul's mistake. South American, getting his countries mixed up.
There you go, South American
No, maybe
bands.
I'm wrong. No, they're Chilean. You're right.
Motherfucker, you.
Motherfucker, you.
Yeah, no. Communion's cool. I like them.
Aiden, were you not familiar with
That's what I got.
Communion?
I've heard the name.
Ooh, Daniel
I'm
got the
aware of,
zoomer.
I'm aware of like
Got him.
a lot of
Got
those
the
Chilean, a lot of those
Got 'em.
Chilean ones. They're reeling them in. A lot of those Chilean sort of bands just kind of like run together, sort of like.
No,
Slot,
I
Slot
understand.
Bath.
I understand.
Slot Bath was a good one though. But,
Yeah, Slot Bath is good too. Okay, he redeemed himself by
Yeah.
saying the name Slot Bath.
I saw them.
Bath.
I saw them play with Communion.
Ooh, Fred got us both. He saw them. Ooh, the Canadian got
But
us.
The True North.
a lot of those bands kind
The
of
true Norton darkness. No, I just thought it was interesting, just because I think that band was like hugely popular for a long time. I think they might still be. I see their T-shirts all the time at shows.
Popular anymore.
Yeah, the one with
I
the
don't really see a lot of them.
the one with the snake definitely shows up a lot.
I think they all have snakes on them, all their covers.
So there's one Chilean band that doesn't get much talk that I've seen, but they released one album back in, I want to say 2020-ish. They're called Ofiuco, Ofiuco, and the album is something Spanish or Portuguese that I can't pronounce. But that album
Can
is
you spell that one
fucking
more
great.
time? I missed the letter.
Yeah, Ofiuco.
Ah, it was a U.
Ofiuco. Yeah.
Okay, Ufaico, these
Yeah,
guys
here we
look
go.
like normal cats.
Deseos de
Like
Aniquilación. This album is awesome. And like, first of
The
all,
Album art
cover
looks
has-
interesting.
yeah, it's a guy shooting a flamethrower into his own face along with the rest of the village burning.
Yeah, it's like some
so-
wizard, and there's a bunch of snakes coming towards him.
Yeah. Yeah, just a fantastic album.
Damn, where did you hear about this?
I don't even remember.
Really,
Fred
yeah,
just kind of
really
knows
obscure.
things.
I learned things by osmosis.
Yeah, it just like pops into his brain, and then like he like already heard it. He didn't even have to look it up.
Yeah,
Hey, this album.
the collective metal mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So somebody like send a link into his fucking brain.
I enter the metal Akashic archives when I sleep.
he's got the what do you call it? Elon Musk, that fucking brain wire thingy. What did he call that? Neuralink. Fred's got Neuralink.
I got the fucking brain.
Metal Link.
Fred doesn't need the Neuralink. He's already got the metal linked nigga brain.
I was gonna say that was gonna be like the perfect shirt until that last part. Fred doesn't need the Neuralink when he's got the metal link.
Exactly.
That's a music of destruction shirt right there, except for the last part.
I got the
The
fucking
last
metal.
part.
That'll be our Bunsen burner shop.
It
On
could be in,
YouTube.
like small print. Yeah, and they can be all like in the wrong resolution too. It's like
Yeah.
lopsided.
Hell yeah.
It's like he gets it in 240.
You need like
If-
one of those
if we're
who made
lucky.
all the pussy shirts on the merch store.
Yeah, you can buy our mug. I don't know what if we ever had a catchphrase or something, because I know the dog has catchphrases with his shirts like "Real men like deicide" and "Real men like Cannibal Corpse" and shit like that.
Hey, we have a catchphrase. That sucked.
That's what I was actually thinking. That sucks. This sucks. Sucks.
Or
dude.
Kraken, but that's openly stolen from someone else. So
Speaking of which,
Yeah, crack one open.
What about
Nice.
what about great band? Actually, that's an original idea.
that's
That-
RFI.
That's RFI. He kind of helped that coming into fruition. Good band, actually.
Great band, actually. I don't even remember what that's from. Is that from like a clip of some guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They had
It's all like
on the
over. Yeah.
no,
Dan,
it wasn't.
on the next
It wasn't.
BBR release, you should just put in quotation marks under the label logo. That sucked.
Yeah, yeah. The good band actually came from this fat kid. His name was Gothic Metal Maniac. Who
Here we
used
go.
to upload a bunch of videos. And well,
Okay.
Jub was telling us. I think he was doing like a death video, and he goes, "Chuck Schuldner's band Death, good band actually."
That's what it's
And
from.
yeah. Some fat mutant kid.
So Fred, tell us where Kraken's from.
There's a Instagram channel called No Fancy Shit Cooking, and it's some guy from Quebec who just does really bizarre, funny cooking videos where he doesn't actually teach you anything. He just literally throws pots around the kitchen and just screams. And
Sounds like the Swedish Chef.
Yeah, pretty much, but like a French version. And actually, he does that sort of thing a lot. And every once in a while, he'll crack open a beer and just go Kraken. But no fancy shit cooking. Look it up; it's pretty funny.
Have you ever listened to like those first couple Darkwood's My Betrothed albums?
Ages ago, yeah.
They're kind of like a. They have the Swedish Chef vocals on it. You can't unhear it. The first one's perfect though. It's like kind of like it's really just the vocals on that are really good. But the two that came after, he did like the. It sounds like he's just like kind of yawning, sort of.
I was talking to
You can't
Joe
really
the other
unhear
day. Joe, I forget what he posted. I think he commented on. He sent me like a Gronabard song or something, and we were talking about Pornogrind for a minute. And I sent him the band Anal Grind. You remember that band, Paul?
Oh man,
Yeah.
I remember that, guys.
You remember that, Fred?
Yeah.
Of course he
Aiden,
does.
do you know who Anal Grind is?
It's a really nondescript name for a porno.
They're
grind
like
band. It could be
they're like
anyone.
they're a porno grind band, but they have a song.
How
It's
could they
called
not be?
Anal. Yeah, I'll if you can't find it, I'm sure you can find it. But they have a song called "Anal Bleeding After a Long Fuck," and the vocals sound like they straight up sound like Homer Simpson. It's pretty impressive. He's like, Lord. it's pretty good.
Didn't they have a song
Marge.
title with Homer Simpson in it?
Pentagon March.
Did they? If they did that, because I didn't even know that. I just kind of equated the voice.
Hang on, let me pull it up. Anal Grind.
Yeah, spermoid bastard Homer Simpson.
Pretty
Oh, there you go.
good
Damn.
song titles.
I didn't know that they were actually inspired by Homer Simpson.
They leaned into
They're
that.
Russian.
Damn, I thought I was being original here.
They're
Oh, they're way ahead of you, man.
They have one of their members is listed as a sampler. Cunt fan.
He's like
Cum Beast. Cum Beast. His vocals. He did 2016 to 2018. Shout out to Cum Beast.
I like
How
Mr.
old is-
Fister.
Mr. Fister?
Ass
How old is
Gaper.
How old is the one that I was talking
Elvis.
about? Is that off an EP? Because I feel like I heard that a really long time ago.
06 demo.
06 demo. Okay, cool. I
Has
was
it-
ahead of the
Oh
curve.
my god.
Has a
One of the-
nice ass cover.
One of the guys, Ludovoid, played live instruments for Temnosaur.
Oh, that's cool.
That is such a random connection.
Damn, we got the fucking connections here. That's pretty good.
That's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing.
They don't want that in there. So
Hey,
does
that's
that mean
another
that-
catchphrase we have. That's unfortunate. These are my
That's
catchphrases.
unfortunate. That's Jerry Seinfeld, though.
Wait a minute.
I
Sartorius-
guess.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Sartorius from Nocturnal Mortem played in Temnosaur. So does that like mean that they're like a few degrees of separation away from Anal Grind now?
Pretty much.
There you go.
You heard it here first.
Yeah,
Anal
how
Grind
do you
has
know?
tendrils out through the entire scene.
I like
It all leads back. It all leads back to
Anal
Grind.
Grind.
I think a long time ago, when I was first talking to Hope on Instagram, she asked, what was your favorite metal logo, and I said anal grind. She goes, "Oh, and now I have to Google this." It is a cool logo. It has like I think it's just like a bunch of cocks and a titty, a couple titties.
What would your unironic answer to that be, though?
for metal logos, like coolest metal
Yeah.
logo.
Yeah.
I always, this is like band wise, I'm not super into them, but I always thought Zaster had a really cool logo.
Oh yeah.
Mine's Impetego.
Impetigo,
Yeah,
yeah,
my
it's a great
first-
fucking logo.
It's either like, it's kind of like a split between Bekira and the original Dawn logo for me, or both Dawn logos. They're both
Yeah,
really
the
good.
original
Mhm.
Dawn logo, the like circular one, that one looks really cool.
Or even
Yeah.
at the gates, the OG logo.
Yeah, the OG at the gates is really fucking good too.
I would probably go with either Infester, Profanatica, or Pervertum. I like those logos a lot. Pervertum was a really weird logo.
I know this is like not that interesting, but I like the lubricant logo, the Finland lubricant.
It's well done.
Are-
It's well done.
I just like the way it looks.
Polish Arcona is a really good, or it's a really good band, but I just don't like their logo at all.
I don't remember what
Barely,
the logo
it's
even looks like.
barely even a logo.
It looks
It's not.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks
it's not
like
even
a
a logo. It looks like something somebody
smear.
drew as like a 13-year-old.
kind of looks like a smear, sort of.
There's like dripping.
Molesta's logo is pretty good too.
Molested. Yeah, it's pretty good. I suppose Old Wayne's logo is pretty good too.
I think they have something new coming up.
You know
I think I
what?
saw
I
something
always like the Over logo, even if that's not that cool. I kind of liked it. Not the boring one, the one on like let's see, Bird Todd or something. It's got like tails on it. I don't know why I like the tails.
Lord Belial has a tail on it. Or no, they have wing. Well, it has wings and a tail. But Mortuary Drake, I've got some pretty good tails on that. No, not tails, wings.
Marduk's got
There's
wings.
something with like a devil tail. Marduk? Yeah, Marduk has a pretty good logo.
Yeah. Also got wings. Morbid, obviously. Just a fucking bat.
Morbid Angel has a devil tail.
They always have like this sneaky little devil tail there too.
Immortal doesn't have a very good logo.
Immortal?
The OG one.
Yeah, the original logo's cool.
Oh, the original logo is cool. Why did they not use that?
But not the stretched out version. Oh my god, I don't know why, but on the reissues, they stretch out the logo a lot and makes it look a lot wider. It looks stupid. No, they haven't used that since At the Heart of Winter. Like, it's too bad. It's such a good logo.
I feel like there's probably a lot of really good ones. Oh, you know what's pretty good? The Darkified logo. That's pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's good.
I was gonna say a lot of Swedish bands probably have very cool logos. Funebrae, that's a good logo too.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
was gonna say Liars and Wait has
happy
a
with that
devil
LP.
tail too.
Liars and Wait is a good
Oh,
one.
yeah,
It's
that's a
weird
great
because
logo.
I like it because you can't read it.
I'm
If
trying
you
to
didn't
picture.
already know what it was.
I'm trying to picture what At the Heart of Winter would look like with the original logo. They used the new logo, well, the current logo on that one on the front, but on the back, it still has the original logo in the background. But I'd love to. I wonder what that album would look like with the original logo. That would look cool. Northern Chaos Gods was a really good album, though. Like, that was a wicked comeback.
Wicked. I'm looking through my liked videos here.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised you like that. Did you see that Blackberry band covered I? That
That
new
show's
band?
badass.
Yeah, that was a while ago, wasn't it? Was it Between Two
No,
Worlds?
no, shit, no, fuck, Blackbird, that new band, that like,
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Native American
shit's
band.
awesome.
Black Braid.
yeah,
Yeah.
Are they good?
I
I've
have
never
not really
listened
listened to them.
Nah, I
There's
never heard
been-
them either.
There's been a lot of hype around them, therefore I have not listened to them.
yeah, exactly. They kind of come off as like an industry plant to me.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. But it seemed like I remember one of my friends liked one of their songs, and
I mean, even industry
was
plans can be catchy once in a while, right? But
yeah, it's like catchy and well, it's one of those things. Like I said earlier, it's like if a band has decent production and has riffs, then people like kiss their asses
Hmm.
if they have riffs.
This
But
is kind of totally unrelated, but did anyone listen to the latest Marduk album? Just because we brought it up earlier, Memento Mori.
Yeah.
is that the
That
one from
one-
last year?
Yeah, that
We
one.
talked about it on the year-end show, but it got copyright strikes.
I really like that album. It's fucking good. It's the
Yeah, it
best thing
was
they've-
good.
best thing
They
they've done
got
in a
the
while.
straight up like norsecore thing going.
I didn't
They
really
always
listen to
kind
it.
of stayed consistently good as far as I've been catching up with Marduk in
They
the past
they
year.
had a bit of a slump. Like after Panzer, there were a couple albums that sounded kind of tired. Like Grand Danse was the worst album, hands down. World Funeral had its moments, but it kind of felt a bit generic. But then Plague Angel was fucking one of the best things they've ever done. Plague Angel is probably second place for me after Opus.
I remember when you played it for us, it was pretty good. I only recently discovered too that like the copyright things that we were getting weren't actually strikes, so we're good. We can go ahead and have copyright stuff, doesn't matter.
Ooh.
Yeah, they'll make it so that you can't like monetize it or something like that.
Well, I
Oh.
don't care. We're not making any money anyways.
Yeah. No.
There go my retirement
Well,
plans.
the workaround is that you can't monetize the video, but you can still sell shirts that sell. You can still do that, so that door is still open.
We'll start the Patreon soon.
Yeah.
Done.
We had shirts for sale. The people in Florida bought them.
No,
That was about it.
They just took them.
They just took
The
them. We're like,
people
take
in
them, take these
Florida.
shirts.
Yeah, we have 328 subscribers. That's pretty good on YouTube.
328. We had 330. Who the fuck is dropping out?
Guys, come on. Here I am yelling at them, knowing that full well that they dropped, so they're not gonna listen to this.
I don't even. Have
Pieces
you
of
ever
shit.
checked like the demographics? Yeah.
Yes,
Of
yes.
the subscribers?
It's all over the place.
Yeah, I looked at my I looked at the demographics for like my Goat Moon upload, and it's like just like mostly Latinxes, Latinxes.
Yeah, some of the uploads that I've done have gotten pretty good like views. I uploaded the Unholy Archangel Hammer Goat split that got a lot of views, and
Yeah.
then I don't know if you know this Aiden 88 from Bulgaria, decent NS black metal.
88.
They're
Look
just
at
called
that.
88. But yeah, that
War
got a
Eagle.
lot of views too.
So
What's
subtle.
War Eagle, right?
Yeah, War Eagle, the War Eagle EP.
Yeah, that one's
And
good.
then I think behind that is like a cover of Cataclysm, the Awakener that we did a long time ago. That's like our third most popular video.
What's our most popular episode? Do we know?
The RFI episode,
Oh yeah.
I believe
Makes
so.
sense.
Yeah, they're not here for us.
Yeah, that's true. Let me see. Let's see. Popular. Yeah, RFI is the most popular. Then anybody want to take a guess what the second most popular episode that we did?
Terminus one.
No, Sacramentary Abolishment.
Oh wow.
Anybody want to guess what the least popular episode that we did?
Probably one of my picks.
Not
No.
mine.
No, mine.
What?
What?
Adam Craft.
What was that?
Oh really?
What episode?
Adam Craft.
I don't.
Some
Yeah, they're a
Yeah, I
new
don't
wave
think I've
British
listened
heavy
to
metal
that.
band that was a little late to the game. That was, you know who that is? It's the singer from Venom, the second singer. I
Those
forget what his
types
name
of
is.
bands are always pretty cool. Like Virtue, that one EP they did.
Yeah, the one with like that cool Arabian wizard guy on it.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask
Or
you.
if
I was
it's
looking
like-
through my.
Cloven Hoof is like releasing some of the worst albums ever now.
Yeah, I was never very big into Cloven Hoof, but somewhat related. I was gonna ask you guys if you've ever heard of the band Sentinel Beast. Is anybody familiar with that?
Yeah.
I've
sounds
heard that
familiar.
one a lot, yeah.
They're like a speed metal band from the 80s with a chick singer, but she doesn't sound like a chick. She sounds like basically just some thrash dude, kind of like Holy Moses.
I was just gonna say, like, Holy Moses, that's a band where it sounds like a dude.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know it was a chick. But on their album 1986, their second song, Warrior, it's got this really cool, like, I always call this like the adventure rock beat, where it's like, dun, 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 or it's kind of a galloping thing, but it's fucking badass. You guys should check that out.
Trying to think of like
Wow,
other
this
sort
cover.
of like thrash or death metal bands with female vocalists.
What do you think of that cover,
Besides-
Fred? I like it. The depths
sounds
of
like
depth.
I like it too.
Yeah, it looks fucking cool. I was thinking one day covering this because it's kind of pretty good.
Covering what?
The Sentinel Beast album.
Yeah, I like that cover. It's cool. It's
I still
very much a
need to
product
get
of its
around
time.
to Holy Terror, because that sounds like something that I'm like.
You know,
We did,
Fred
we did a
fucking
whole episode on it.
yeah, Fred fucking turned me on to the Holy Terror 1982 demo, and it's kind of crazy. It straight up sounds like a precursor black metal thing, even before it kind of sounds heavier than Venom. It's kind of crazy.
Does I feel like Fred would know Armoros. Do you know that band?
Sorry, which one?
Armoros. Kind of like armor,
Uh,
as in like armor, what with like an OS at the end.
Oh, Armoros.
They had like an
I don't-
unreleased album called Pieces.
I don't think so. Do I?
I've been listening to it for a long time, but something about it like this year just like clicked in a way that it never did before. It's basically just like Darkness Descends horseshit, but it's so good.
Is it
Okay.
Which one is that? Is that the U.S. Armoros?
No,
No,
it's
Canadian.
Canadian.
Canadian Armoros.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
looking at the cover for this reissue. I think I have listened to this at some point.
Yeah, it sounds like. The
Oh,
vocals sound
yeah,
like
there we go.
exactly
The
like
anthology was on
Boundary.
Marquee Records. That's why I know them. But no, I don't have this.
I like their demo title, 1988. Remember Michelle?
I didn't remember like what that song is about. I don't know who Michelle is.
Let's see, and then the other one was called Pieces, right?
Yeah, that's the album I was talking about.
Oh,
Drummer, like
dude,
the-
yeah, I actually have listened to this. I'm looking at my YouTube. You know how like when you click on a video that you've seen already and it's already like halfway
Yeah.
through?
Yeah.
Okay, so No Gleaming Light uploaded this at some point, and it's in my liked videos. Apparently, I did listen to it at some point. I'll give that a re-like so I can actually give it a better chance
I
here.
really like.
Yeah, re-like so it's at the top of the list.
Damnation
I didn't know you
from
could do it that way. I
Quebec
just-
was
I
really
just,
cool
like-
too. It's too bad they never came out with an album.
Who from Quebec?
Damnation.
Oh, that band. I think I uploaded that band.
Got him.
Is it?
Got
is that
'em.
the band that did the Speed Anarchy?
Yes.
Yeah, I uploaded that. They have a song title that's pretty interesting. I think it's I don't know about your slurp, see, but it says "Don't put an F slur in my way."
Okay.
It's
It
literally
almost sounds
the
like
song title.
a Ronch's Brothers
Smurf.
title or something.
Smurf Attack too.
Surf Attack is great because it actually uses the riff from the Smurfs theme song.
There's Soothsayer too. Is like a really weird band.
Yeah,
And that's,
Soothsayer was awesome.
Yeah, I love Soothsayer. Their vocalist
least-
kind of sounds. Yeah, it sounds like Voivo.
At least they, yeah, and To Be a Real Terrorist was awesome. I didn't like the album as much, well, the first album, anyways, but that demo it just smokes.
Yeah, that I only remember the demo too. I don't remember the full length much. I think it got more like crossover sounding, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of, yeah, it got really punky, sort of.
Yogg Saw Thoughts was really good too. I think
Yeah,
Nuclear
Yogg
War Now
Saw
reissued these
Thoughts.
guys as well.
Yeah,
on
that's the
vinyl.
reason I know
Ugh.
it because of Nuclear War Now.
I wish they'd released it on CD too. Yeah. And
I need to
Vor.
get around to that one. Like, yeah,
Good
I was
old
just gonna
Vor.
say Vor.
Say, Aiden, since we have you here, have you heard Sartan? You know what that is?
Who?
Sartan. Sartan from Argentina.
Sorry, who?
Sartan.
Zardoz. The
Sartan.
gun is good. The penis is evil.
Just Satan with an
uh,
R.
It's Satan with an R. Sartan.
No,
Satan, hard R.
You don't know that one?
no, that's interesting.
Check out what is their
Fuck outta
main
here.
one here? I think it might be their first demo. No, it's their second.
It was just a demo and then a live demo, right?
Yeah, check out the 1994 demo. That's extraordinarily good. It'll blow your
Yeah.
tips off. Nip tips, that is.
Senor. That's senor. Sí, senor.
Si, senor.
Sepultando las lágrimas del Señor.
Yeah,
What
it's
does that mean?
like it's black thrash, but it sounds like they're all on fucking speed or something. It's pretty incredible stuff.
Yeah.
At some point too, maybe we'll have to get to them.
Kind of
That-
sounds like Fallen
It's-
Christ, sort of.
It's funny because that came out.
It's not
It
that
came
death
out on
metal,
CD. They put
Yeah,
out a
it's not
CD
death
with
metal,
the two demos on it, like early 2010s around there, and that turned out to not be official. I don't know why, but they've released it again since then. But I don't know who would have bootlegged this to begin with. But I mean, I guess
What,
I've been too
what is
issues
that?
since. But whatever.
That's a pretty cool band photo, though.
Oh, where they're all just like blood splattered by the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that demo is fucking intense. That's some top tier stuff.
Yeah.
Would totally recommend.
They got a really tribal sort of look to them.
I guess besides that, I was just listening to the fucking Slugathor album. I can't even remember what it's called. The first one,
Their
probably. Circle of Death.
Their drummer played on some Morrigan album, I think, or he played with Morrigan at some point.
Is that
pretty sure.
the Doom band?
No, the Battery Worship band, like the Post Mayhemic Truth.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah,
Sounds
I
like-
was talking
I
about
don't-
that.
I'm
I
gonna say it
don't
again. Their latest album was fucking incredible. The best thing they've done since Enter the Sea of Flames.
I've been listening to it a lot lately, and I've been warming up to it.
It
A
has
lot
a
of,
lot of
um,
clean vocals on it.
Yeah, I heard like some death growls in it too. Did you hear those?
Yeah, I think not a lot though. I think it's only like one or two songs.
Yeah, but when they're very noticeable whenever they do come up. Like it
'Cause they're
reminds
so rare.
me of like, yeah, it reminds me of like a Turnus or something like that. I don't hear a lot of Bolt Thrower and Slugathor. I don't know why they get compared to them so much.
Neither do I. I mean, I definitely hear something, but Slugathor seems to do something that's totally like on their own.
What do you think about Desecracy, that band?
Who?
Desecracy is like the project of
Oh.
the guy from Slugathor. After
Is
he
that
quit Slugathor.
that's not the super melodic band, is it?
I don't think I don't
Or is
think
that-
they're
is that-
particularly
am I thinking of
melodic.
something else?
They're kind of angular and obtuse, to be honest. I wish they're
Yeah, they're
Oh, this band. Yeah, I remember they were like really solid sounding.
yeah.
I
They all
liked
have
the.
like blue or purple colors.
Yeah,
and they're all,
yeah.
like,
I
they're
can't
all
remember exactly what
cybertron.
album it was. It was like the main blue one, because I didn't even realize they had so many albums.
Yeah, they
Probably-
have so
I
many.
guess
and
the
they're all, like,
Doomskeptron?
the same color.
Yes, the 2012 was probably the best one that I had heard.
they're consistent.
Yeah,
They-
they're definitely
I
consistent.
think they had a bit of a weird thing where I found their songs were not progressing as much as they should, which kind of gave them an interesting charm in itself. But the newer albums kind of are a bit more dynamic. But no, they're pretty cool. I think I have like 4 or 5 of their albums.
That did remind me of the band Gorophilia from, I think, Finland. They had
Yeah,
that album in
Finnish.
2012.
Yep.
I think that was right around the time when the incantation sort of thing was like really blowing up. And I remember Gorophilia did a really good job of it on that 2012 album.
Is that
And
the? Oh, that's not the one where the guy's getting struck by lightning, is it? No, it's 20.
no, it looks like a big pillar with organs and like a mouth.
Yeah, it's embodiment.
I remember
And then,
liking them. They were like a very dark descent core band.
yeah, very, very. It seemed to be that's when that sort of thing became really popular. Like when Undergang started getting really popular too. Because I remember Paul showed me the first Undergang album too, and I thought that was really good. I think
They're a great band.
they might have fallen off a little bit, maybe.
No. Well,
You don't think so?
no.
Mm.
Listen
I
to
don't
your
think
metal
they'll
lord.
I'm listening to the Metal Lord here.
I saw that like Blood Incantation. They had like a something going on where they had like a tiered like a pre-order something for their album
Yeah, they would.
or something like that.
I thought it was like
They-
a show or something. They're like going on tour.
They had an
I
app.
don't
I
even
remember
remember
that.
what it
I'm
was.
like, what the hell?
Blood Incantation app?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I see they have a new album coming out. I didn't realize that. The only thing that I knew from Blood Incantation was, God, what was it? It was an EP or something. Like before they got humongous. Oh, it was the one in 2015, the Interdimensional Extinction.
That
That one's cool.
Blood Ink, like the first album, like I'm trying to remember like what the album or what the song was, but it was from like the review. But there was like one riff on it that's like so annoying. It just like gets stuck in my head sometimes and not in a good way. It's like a
I
total like they're just like noodling on this scale.
Yeah, I know
It's
they
like-
have I know those guys have a reputation for doing like what would you even call that? Like guitar exercises instead of riffs. But I don't
Riff
exactly
salad.
from what I remember
Music.
what Blood Incantation sounds like is it that first album kind of sounded like Immolation, if I'm not mistaken. I don't exactly remember.
The first album
I
or
haven't really
the
heard
EP?
Immolation
The
in a
album.
lot of like newer
Yeah.
bands.
Immolation
Like-
in newer bands.
Yeah, like I don't know, it's like Bob Vigna just has kind of like an unimitable style of writing riffs. I hear it in like a lot of Wes Weaver's stuff from Imprecation and like Blaspherian. I kind of hear it in that, but I don't know. I just think he has like a kind of a unique
Well,
style compared to
even
like,
the way
other IE
Blaspherian didn't really hide it with their album cover.
No, it's like totally just it's like full on Dawn of Possession.
Yeah, so even the way that that he plays the guitar live, it's like fucking really crazy too.
Ooh, Vigna?
Wes?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bob, yeah.
Yeah, saw
Yeah,
them. I
you're-
saw
you're
them
definitely
once,
really
and that
stoked.
was the first. When I saw them, I didn't. I had never seen live clips of Immolation before, and so it was kind of like a brand new experience. I didn't know what to expect from them.
And you thought he was having a seizure?
It was just a sight to behold. It was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I think a death metal guy said it. It's like he's like fucking playing the violin or something like so like crazy, like a bow when he strums.
Yeah, kind of.
Because it's so fucking fluid. I don't know if you've seen clips from the dude from Ink and Fire, Finn, that guy, but he always uploads like just what he's writing and things like that. And yeah, he's got a really interesting way of picking. It's so fucking fluid, just like up and down the neck with fucking ease. It's pretty impressive actually.
With that in mind, I remember seeing a video of Bob playing, and like the caption was just like, "Oh, why is he doing all these zesty stage movements?"
Yeah,
And he's just like moving
I
around
guess.
really stiff. He kind of looks like a robot whenever he plays.
He does look like a robot. That's exactly what it is. It's robotic.
He's like an animatronic.
Immolatron.
Now you're best.
I'm gonna run to the fridge. I'm gonna get a beer.
Bruh.
You guys want to take a break?
We could do that too. That's what I was waiting for. I'm like standing up waiting for the cue.
Standing up.
All right, breaky time.
Break time. All right, we're
Damn,
going
man, I got
5.
your pants off.
All right, we'll be
Go
back.
Navy.
In.
Everybody put your pants on.
Never.
Cams on.
Cams on, cock out. Okay. All right, that's enough.
All right.
Okay, bye.
BRB. All right, we're back. Pants off, and the buns were out.
Nom, nom, nom.
Fred has his
Fred
popcorn.
snacking. Yeah. We were mentioning, what's his name? Henke from Dawn, and his pseudonym in the band Black Ops, Special Agent H. Rape, which is a good name, by the way.
All right, I think I'm back now. Cheers.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I lost you guys for a second. I had to refresh.
If I do say so myself, good name.
Yeah, what was it? Oh, I was looking at Flooded Church of Asmodeus, also good pseudonyms. Martin Hitler King on bass, and Adolf Christ on drums. And the other guy, not a great name, but Judas Schindler. There you go. Okay, Fred did like that one, so there you go. I wanted to mention... Ooh, I'm looking at this band called Militaristic. That looks kind of cool. Maybe not. I don't know. It's got a skull with like a football helmet on. I don't know if football helmets are cool besides the Avenger album.
Fat ball.
The fucking fat ball game. Yeah, I told you, Paul, that Miguel got mad at me because I didn't want to get up at 9 in the morning to go to a bar to watch a football game. Yeah, he messages me like 2 weeks ago, and he's like, "Oh, don't work. You want to hang out on Sunday?" And I'm like, "Yeah." We hung out on that Sunday, and then the next Sunday he goes, "Oh, who's going to the bar? 9 a.m. football." And I'm like, "I'm good." He goes, "Danny, you already said you were down. You know what? You're done. I'm done with you." I'm like, "Seriously? Okay, fine, whatever." I was already hungover from Josh's house. I think I only had like 7 beers. How come the one beer extra always throws me over the edge?
You about to break?
Yeah. I was gonna mention to you too.
Linkin Park?
No, not Linkin Park, dude. Now that you mention that, I was actually listening to the recent No Gleaming Light release by a band called Harlot's Nest, I think. Is anybody familiar with this? Harlot's Nest?
No.
No.
It sounds like a Linkin Park song. Or no. You know what it sounds like? What's that Tears for Fears song? Mad World. You know that song? All around me are familiar faces. It sounds like that, but it's just a black metal melody that's doing that. And then there's like some weird Billy Joel like straight up piano solo in it. It's kind of cool. It's a little gimmicky, but you know what? At that point, at some point, I don't mind. I'm only looking for
Did
stuff
you
that I
see
like.
that band I posted the other day that was it sounded like the intro riff sounded like that Billy Idol Dancing with Myself riff.
Yes, yeah, that does seem to happen a lot.
Day,
There was
that Polish band.
Yeah, there was another one. I forget the name of the band. I think they were called like Fargal or something, but they had a riff that sounds exactly like "Damn It," Blink-182. And then that band I was talking about earlier, Cirrus. I think I mentioned in a comment that their song sounds like one of their riffs sounds like "Time After Time," that '80s song. Time after time. Those dudes agreeing with you, like, yeah, I can't unhear it now. Sometimes these black metal riffs, they do just kind of resonate with regular stuff. I think there was one of the members of that band, Goatfire, who had some project where it straight up sounded like Simple Man from Lynyrd Skynyrd. So I think it just kind of happens sometimes that black metal melodies will just sound like mainstream rock songs. I was just taking a sip, but I wanted to mention
crunching.
to you, Paul. Yeah. See, everyone's busy. Everyone's like busy not doing the show, but that's all right.
I have other shit to do here, guys.
Exactly. I wanted to tell you, Paul, dude. I've been enjoying Dexter. I usually hate. It's hard for me to find anything that I like.
It's a great show.
Before Dexter, I was watching King of Queens. So for fans of King of Queens, watch Dexter too. How would you?
FFO
Yeah,
shows
for fans of, exactly. How would you even describe that, Paul? Serial killer who kills serial killers? Is that it?
Yeah, he has some sort of
His code,
yeah,
Harry's
exactly.
code.
Some sort
Rule
of
number
like
1:
justification.
don't get caught.
Yeah, some justification for what he does.
Oh bollocks! Where's my lighter?
Left it in the toilet.
Where is it?
Left
Is
it
it
in
in
my
my?
toilet.
Is it in my pocket? Where the fuck is my lighter? I'll have to find it in a second. What the hell was I talking about?
Dexter.
Oh yeah, I like the sister from Dexter. What's her name? The one from White Chicks?
Damn, what's her name?
Jennifer something.
No. Debbie.
Yeah. Oh, in the show she's Debbie. Am I allowed to say good blowjob face on the show?
Bro.
In Minecraft.
But in my no, I don't. I think that's okay to say. I don't think that needs to
Blowjobs
be in Minecraft.
That makes it even worse.
Yeah. Don't say in
Makes it
Minecraft.
even-
Now it's bad.
Good
I
blowjob
get-
face IRL.
I get a
Yeah.
blowjob from her in my Skyrim mod.
In Skyrim.
I
Yeah,
put
it gets
that
pretty.
in the Fallout porn mod.
Yeah, it gets pretty intense, dude. I was watching. I just finished season 2 with Sergeant Dokes.
Oh
Paul,
yeah.
if you remember that. Oh my god, how intense!
Surprise,
Sergeant Dokes
motherfucker.
and surprise, motherfucker. Yeah, Sergeant Dokes and Lila. Holy shit!
Surprise,
She's like,
motherfucker.
She's like, you could have had it all.
Some
Did you-
fries,
did you
motherfucker.
watch-
Almost
Did you
finished
watch
Star
all the
Trek
seasons
Next
of that
Generation.
show?
Yeah, killed it.
It killed it.
No, I said I killed it. I watched all of it.
Oh, you
and
were
even,
they all good? Because I'm only
Yeah.
on season 3. I'm thinking,
Dude, yeah.
how can this possibly go on for 9 seasons?
Dude, like every episode ends with a cliffhanger, so you have to watch the next one immediately after.
I know what you mean. I remember you told me that. You're like, me and my brother, we were watching that shit, and then we had to keep watching till 5 in the morning. That's what I did on Friday. I was up till like 3 in the morning. I was like,
Yeah,
more,
exactly.
more. I need more.
Yeah, and then I even watched the like
New blood.
the reboot of it, and it wasn't bad. I mean, it was just a continuation of where he went afterward. And
I think I was kind of confused about that show because my parents watched it. I think my parents watched all the big HBO and Cinemax shows before they were like on it when it was happening.
yeah,
So they watched Breaking Bad and they watched. Well, I was on Better Call Saul by the time that came out, but they were Breaking Bad. They were Dexter and The Sopranos, and at the time I was probably just watching like Family Guy or something. I don't even know.
not real television, not the home box office.
Yeah, but I think I was confused. I thought the ice truck killer was John Lithgow from fucking Third Rock from the Sun, the old bald guy.
Yeah.
I was wrong. It's not.
What part did you get up to?
I'm on season 3,
Okay.
so right after the Dokes shit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you got time.
Yeah.
How many seasons are there again? There's like fucking 9.
There's like 9.
Yeah, it's great all the way through
Okay,
It's so
I'll take your.
intimidating.
till the end.
I know it is. Well, I told Paul to watch Frasier and Cheers, and he got through what? How many seasons is that put together? 18.
Yeah, I watched
That's like
those.
20,
Kraken.
yeah, that's like 20 years of 80s and 90s sitcom compacted into like a few months.
Yeah, it was great.
Glorious.
It is
At least
pretty
with,
glorious.
Like Star Trek, there's like a bunch of seasons, but I mean they're all like self-contained stories. So I mean,
Yeah, and they're like fucking
It's not like-
an hour long each episode.
Except for
too.
the end of DS9. That became more serial.
I haven't made it to DS9 yet, but that's next step.
What are you doing with your life?
Yeah, I was gonna
I'm
start.
almost there. I've got to finish TNG first.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go run outside and find my lighter.
I was gonna start Star Trek over again after, cause I'm like watching all of like fucking Survivor, so I'm like on season 36 now.
Why the fuck?
It's entertaining. It's like one of those shows you can do something else completely and then tune in and out of, and it's like, oh, this is interesting.
Is it though?
But versus like Star Trek, where you have to like be completely focused on that. I can't be on my phone and watch Star Trek.
Yeah.
No, it's too cerebral.
Yeah, and then yeah, Survivor. I'm just like, oh, wait, what happened?
Family Guy's like that, where it's like binaural sort of.
Yeah, that's a like
Really
I'll switch
meditative.
off from like shows that I have to focus on versus like shows I could just put on and feel like I'm progressing in something.
Absorbed passively.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll hop back on
Pluto
that
TV.
soon.
There's like those like free streaming services where you can just watch that shit for free.
Yeah. Because I have a Paramount. That's why I'm watching Survivor. So I have like access to all of Star Trek.
You also have access to the Twilight Zone.
Hmm.
I just felt like if Fred was allowed to say hand job, I was allowed to say blow job.
He said dick in your ass too. So
Yeah, last episode or a couple episodes ago, he said, "I'm gonna put my penis in your ass" or something, something like that.
I have no recollection of this.
The
Straight
Gronabard.
up.
You were reading a Gronabard song
Straight
title.
up, just like threatened to.
Oh,
You were like penis in your hands. It was
Oh,
it was a little bit
actual-
hesitant.
What does this say? Let me read this out loud.
It's a credible threat.
because Fred was translating it from French.
Yeah, we had a French Pornogrind band, and we had Fred translating the song titles
I'm
for us.
going to put my penis in your ass.
I think the song title was something like "Get in the kitchen or I'll put my penis in your ass." It was something like
Oh yeah,
that.
do the dishes.
Do the dishes. That was it.
Wow.
It was do the dishes or I'll put my penis in your ass.
Or else.
It was a threat.
as one does.
Yeah, right. Like us millennials say, as one does.
It is what it fucking is.
Yeah, Mac didn't like that one. Who said that? Who did that?
But let's keep the streak going and
The street?
do our third in a row of melodic or symphonic black metal.
Yeah, isn't that weird? It's kind of by accident that we're doing 3 sort of symphonic black metal
What was
things.
the last one?
The last one was Maldoror.
That'll be released later this week.
Oh,
Yeah, it
man,
hasn't been
Maldoror.
released, but
Is that-
that'll be this week.
Is that an Italian or a French band?
Yep, the
Italian.
Italian band.
Italian.
You're right about that.
Spoiler, we
What
didn't
was
like
the
it.
other one?
The other one was Psy.
Oh. Oh, so that's
It worked out, dude. We got a symphonic black metal block. Very good.
would you describe this as symphonic?
No, but it has those elements.
Yeah, that's what I'd describe it as too.
I don't think
Yeah,
any
because
of the
they're like just chord holding symphonic shit. Not
Yeah,
like
well,
Yeah, that's
let's get into
exactly what I was gonna
yeah,
say.
yeah. We'll let Aiden get into this. What the hell is this thing, anyways?
Like,
What are we doing here?
Structurally,
What
the
is it? Have we
riffs,
even announced it yet?
It's frozen.
One step at a time.
It's frozen shadows.
Fred can
We
read
might
this
need-
actually.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we might need to use like Fred as our.
But it's so much
It's
more
a
fun to hear you guys
puppet.
butcher it.
Frozen
Okay,
Souls, penis.
first butcher it, Aiden, and then Fred can do the correct pronunciation.
Okay. Don Lebras de Immortels. Is that right?
Need more stank on it.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
more French stank.
Do I
Needs more
Lebras de
French.
need to, like,
Immortels.
pull up that
Need some of
picture
that
like,
steak
the guy?
cheese.
Do I need to like be that picture of the guy wearing the beret, like spitting everywhere?
Mm-hmm.
Don
All right.
Don's Lebras de Immortels. Is that right?
All right. You're done.
So how's it actually pronounced here?
Dans les bras des immortels.
Dude, fuck.
I can do that. Dans les blagues, c'est non plus.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Totally. That's like the de-stanked version of French.
Yeah, that was like the pretentious side of French.
You've been
So-
de-stanked.
There's no unpretentious side.
You need more nose in it.
Yeah.
Imagine your
You
nose
need-
growing bigger and then
you need to be-
and then say it.
Whoa.
Yeah, you're not actually opening your mouth. It's all through your nostrils
It's coming through your nostrils. That it's like wounded.
with the cigarette smoke and coffee.
Like that time I had my cigarette like blowing through the air conditioner and it like went in your face.
It was like a pipeline straight down.
I wonder how that even happened.
Well, because it was feeding into the air conditioning from the bottom, and then it was blowing out to
Oh,
me.
okay. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense.
But anyway,
So, yeah, anyways. Yeah,
Yeah,
tell
it's
us
a
a little
shame
bit
because
about the Frozen Shadows album here.
it's a shame
What
that I
even
like
is a
listened
frozen
to
shadow?
like some French metal today, and it's like my comprehension of French, like I can understand like the root words and stuff like that from Latin, but like the pronunciation, I just can't get down. But like structurally, this is, I don't know. Would you like describe it as just like pure black metal? It's like the riffs kind of remind me of like norsecore.
yeah, I was gonna
That's
The way
say,
It's
exactly
your,
what I
it's
was
your
thinking.
pick. You tell us.
they're like they're kind of like
Fuck.
chord. They're just like the power chords. Yeah, it's just like power chords, and it's not like overly symphonic, where like they're not like, it's not like limbic art or obtained enslavement where it's like going off doing its own thing and kind of like replacing the lead guitar, but it's
yeah,
like it's mostly just kind of like norsecore riffs,
yeah, just
kind of like
beef.
Antaeus.
Yeah, the keyboards kind of just beef up the riffs. It's like kind of like playing as like a bass roll.
Hmm. Yeah, it's like and they only really use they mostly use like the same kind of synth patch throughout the
Yeah,
album, or like an organ.
and it's funny like on the intro of the first song, it's like they're only using one note, but they'll just like play it in like staccato and then they'll, like hold it like dun 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 dun, dun. But they're just like keeping that same note the whole time, so it's like not even. They're probably don't have like a real. Is it like yeah, someone else just playing keyboard, the vocalist, so they don't have like a dedicated person doing it.
Yeah. The Yeah, it was Mirkal, the vocalist, who did the keyboards. Um, what else is there? I'm trying to remember the one of the members knew Lord Worm from Cryptopsy, or I think they were kind of friendly with him. Like I read that in an interview somewhere. The members also played in Tenebrae too, which was kind of like a pre Frozen Shadows band, but then it like
Yeah.
broke up.
Yeah,
Kind of
weirdly enough, I think I might have heard that Tenebrae album with the like
yeah.
ghost
Well,
lady on it.
the album is like the one that Miracle disavows because I guess there was like an ignominious breakup because they kind of went in like a Cradle of Filthy direction or something. That's how he described it.
Mm.
But like I guess the
Vocals
demo
definitely, yeah.
is,
It was
what
basically
was
a
that?
completely different lineup on that between the demo and the album, and it was a very
Yeah,
different sound.
yeah. The demo, I like the demo the most. It has like a few death metal riffs on it, but
The demo's really cool, but the
speaking,
album's pretty good too. I like it.
yeah. Speaking of this album though, like it's really Canadian. It's kind of like a companion piece to Axis of Advance, sort of. Um, I don't know. It's got that Canadianness in it where they're just like blasting constantly.
Yeah, I feel like they're like on the like grindy side, honestly, because
Yeah.
like they go into like the hyper blast shit
Yeah,
that a
well,
lot
Hmm.
that's where the kind of Norsecore comes in, right? Where it's
yeah.
like a
Well, I think
black
it goes
metal
even.
as
I think it even goes faster than most like Norwegian releases too, because they're doing
at
like
some points, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
definitely.
they're doing like the third and fifth or sixth track. They they're going like crazy like grind speeds and shit.
I don't think it was one of the members actually started a project with Lord Worm from Cryptopsy, but I don't think it was the drummer. I don't think the drummer played in any other bands.
Yeah, it looks like it was
Um,
just some guy, uh, forecast.
yeah, on this album it was
Oh no, he just played the
Na-
demo, so it
yeah,
was
it was
like
Namtar, whoever
yes,
that is. So he played oh, he didn't actually. I'm looking right now. He he didn't play drum. What?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, he only played drums on this album. What the fuck? He didn't. He
What
didn't
the
play.
what?
Yeah, what? He didn't play drums on Infects. What? That's bizarre. So he's such a good drummer, but they got like a different guy. Melcore. One of the members played live for the Black Dahlia murder, which is confusing.
Lay epic.
Which is awesome. It's awesome.
Mhm.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Oh,
So-
speaking of Black Dahlia murder, what's his name died today?
James Earl Jones.
Moment of silence.
That was
Alright.
Darth Vader, right?
That was your father.
What is
Yeah,
that to do with the Black Dahlia murder?
Yeah, what the hell does that have to do with the Black Dahlia murder?
Because the singer died a
That
long
could have
time
been.
ago.
That could have been a much better. That could have been a much better segue
Like,
if we did. That
Did
during
James
the
Earl
Vader
Jones
talk
become the
earlier.
singer of Black Dahlia Murder? I didn't realize.
Well, not anymore. Boop, dead.
Oh, I get it.
Technically, James Earl Jones was on that Crystal Age album.
Mm.
Or what was it where they had the Darth Vader sample? The album with the Star Destroyer on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
But
Anyways,
speaking on this album, didn't you say Roman from Cromlech has like a poster of this?
Yeah, he mentioned that in a now defunct podcast. I think it was with the Hate Meditation guy, where they were doing like some kind of ranking of Canadian albums, and they were talking about Frozen Souls for a minute. And he goes, "Oh
Frozen
yeah, it's a good
Shadows?
album." Yeah. Did I say Frozen Souls?
yeah, don't let that slip.
Come on.
Ooh.
Come on.
Shut up.
Don't let that slip.
Yeah, he did mention. He's like, "Oh, we have that in the band rooms." Yeah. Was that a good Roman impression?
Nailed the voice.
I did, huh?
Yeah.
It's interesting that he had
pretty
that.
fucking good help. You know?
Just the laugh at the end.
Seth Rogen.
Hurdy, hurdy, hurdy.
What if food got high?
Fuck.
No, but I like how.
Frozen
I like-
Shadows cameo in Sausage Party 2. Awesome.
Yeah, I like how Fred. He goes, "Well, you pick the album, so why don't you tell us?" And it's like when we have guests, we make them pick albums and do this shit. We like
Make them do our work for us. Come on.
We make
Yeah,
them
yeah,
get
you're
together.
doing
I'm
all
here
the work
today so I can slack off.
Yeah, Fred's slacking
Yeah,
off,
Fred just showed
Yeah.
up.
but Fred's.
Well, you said earlier he's like the AI singularity, so we just like pull information out of him whenever we need it.
Mm-hmm.
We just use him as like a French. He's our French speaking spouse.
Yeah, I guess since Fred is familiar with Quebecois, and he is
Canadian
Boy.
himself.
Canadian himself. Yeah, why don't we hear from Fred? What do you make of this thing? You probably have more experience than I do, because I'm pretty.
Because he's older.
This is
No, just
pretty
kidding.
much the new. I've known this album for a while, but I never got around to listening to it, and it
Bruh.
didn't do what I thought it was going to do. I thought this is going to be something completely different. But let's
Really?
hear from
'Cause
Fred.
I think
Word.
the album cover is pretty telling what to expect on this,
Yeah.
to be
I
honest.
Yeah.
no. I expected something like Lord Belial. I expected like melodic, maybe something like Necropole or Crystal Knocked or something. That's what I expected.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
There's a
yes.
newer band. The only band to remind me of Frozen Shadows is called Polymore on Tour de Garde. I think they might have cited Frozen Shadows as an influence, but like they're the only band to remind me of this, where they have like the sort of the like norsecore riffs, but it's also like mixed with like a bit of Crystal Knocked and Cynervalon. But it's it reminds me a lot of this stylistically.
Would you
they're also
mind
from
repeating
Quebec.
that for me one more time?
The band name,
Yeah.
Palemore, P-A-L.
Holy.
I think that's how it's pronounced.
Yeah, it's
I think it means,
PALEMORT.
yeah, I think it means like White Death or something.
Yeah, White Death, Pale
Not
Death, something
awesome.
like
Not the Finnish band.
That's kind of interesting. I was thinking about getting into that. I wasn't really familiar with any newer bands that had the norsecore thing going on, just because I'm not familiar with newer bands in general. But yeah, I guess I can let Fred do his spiel here.
No, it's an album I've known for a long time, although I never actually picked up a copy. I should get around that one day. I you know what? To me, this album still takes a lot from the Norwegian scene, and that seems like a really obvious comparison point. But although it is a lot more, I think, like Paul said, especially with the drumming on the grindy side, the atmosphere, the aesthetics to the whole thing, it really screams a lot of like Emperor, the Quist, the sort of bands like that.
Immortal.
Yeah, but Immortal didn't use a hell of a lot of synth, right?
No.
But yeah, I know Limbonic Art, Odium, those fairly obvious comparison points. But the thing I found weird is that at that point in the Quebec scene, there wasn't a very firm sound developed for the scene. I mean, like, there weren't a ton of albums coming out around that time. Kitzel was still a couple years away. You had what, Anne Craig, Malvery, and Tenebrae coming out around that time, and Tenebrae obviously was like a precursor to this. So there wasn't anything super consistent in the scene. So I think this kind of laid a lot of the groundwork, especially with Miracle forming Sepulchral Productions and kind of grouping the Quebec scene under one particular banner, and from there it kind of just took off, I guess. And a lot of the bands on there, especially Faltas, kind of followed in that footprint that Frozen Shadows did. But just overall, like, a really haunting kind of, I think cold is a bit too on the nose because of the album cover, but it is like, it feels very, very Nordic, very frosty, very haunting. Like, it's very haunting kind of sound to it.
The riffs on it, like the synths sound haunting, and like the riffs are just like there's so much like rigidity in them that they sound just like frozen solid. Yeah,
no, it's a beautiful album. I never actually heard the follow up, the second album. Demo was cool. Demo was cool too. But
are you talking about the 2004 one?
Yeah,
it's still like very much the same, but it's just like minus the synth.
Yeah, see, I think the synth kind of does a lot for this. What was the other band that? Oh, Sorcier de Glace. They were also from Quebec.
I think
I was just listening to them today because of this.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the Quebec bands.
Monarch covered them. They're like a later Quebecois band too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like they kind of went on. They released like one album back in the late '90s, and they kind of vanished for a bit and came back like.
Yeah, came back on Osmos. Later.
Oh, are they on Osmos now?
Last I checked, I don't know if they are now, but a couple of years ago they were.
Hmm. Yeah, no, fantastic album, and I think probably the most influential album to come out of '90s Quebec for black metal, because the other ones I mentioned, as good as they are, I don't think had the level of impact this one did. But again, I think that's because of the label association too, that kind of laid the groundwork for what that would start to gather around it. So again, you have like Faltas and whatever the other bands that went up on Sepulchral are kind of taking a lot from that influence too. So Oh, another. I'm kind of going on random tangents here, but I might have mentioned this one before. But Malvery was from Quebec, and that album is just fucked.
I don't think I've heard that one.
Oh,
What do they sound like?
It kind
it's
of
from
sounds like Bethlehem a little bit.
yeah. That's a really good Bethlehem mixed with fucking Abruptum, because the
Okay.
songs are so weirdly and loosely structured.
They're quote unquote
Um,
gorks.
yeah,
Cool.
and the vocals are wild. And the guy who did the vocals,
R.I.P.
yeah, he committed suicide. Like,
In Minecraft, by the way.
yeah, yeah. But like, put it this way, that album was recorded in '98, and he committed suicide in '98. So, within a month of recording the vocals, he was gone. But yeah, a very short little tangent on Quebec.
Frozen
Black
Shadows,
metal.
anyway, guys.
Yeah, Frozen Shadows.
Yeah, I'm looking at Sepulchral Productions. They put out Beneficium too, which I know.
Yeah, that's a great album, and it gets no attention. I'm thinking because of the album cover is just so
yeah.
bland.
That one's more so on like the obtained enslavement, Lembonic are like synth crazy side of things.
Yeah, it's a lot
And
heavier on the
this
synth.
It's like the
But,
newer version of this.
But yeah, for Frozen Shadows, like it's such a solid album from front to back. Like I know Paul, Dan, and I in our chat were discussing which songs to pick that we usually play on here, and I was like, you know what? I don't think it really matters which song you pick. They're all fucking good on this. So yeah, no, great
There you
album.
go. There's no songs. We're not picking
Yeah, like-
any samples.
Yeah, like I was saying, I didn't exactly know. I've known what this album was, but never heard it. So I did expect something like Crystal Knocked or like Necropole or like, you know, some of the prettier, like I forget the name of the band, the Source de Glass or whatever the fuck the band's name is called.
Yeah.
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 They're more like
I
an
was thinking-
atmospheric sort of band.
I was thinking something like that, but kind of right off the bat, I'm like, oh, fucking norsecore. And which is, it's kind of interesting. It's like 1999. The old, like the number one band besides, I think, you know, I'm gonna pull a Wyatt XM here and just be like, oh, go off the fucking the reviews. But yeah, people were saying this. The closest thing is probably like Blizzard Beast from Immortal, and
Oh,
I
I think
sort
I've
of
read
see
it.
that, but at the same time, Blizzard Beast is a little bit more dynamic and like creative with their riffs.
Yeah.
And not to
weird,
say that
yeah.
not to say that Frozen Shadows is like totally unoriginal or totally lacking in riffs, but this doesn't exactly hit me as a riff band as more it does kind of like a sonic
The drumming,
grinding
the
kind
drumming,
of thing, especially
like
with the drumming.
yeah, like the interplay between like the riffs and the guitars, it really reminds me of like Antaeus for some reason.
Of who?
But Antaeus, the French band, do you know them?
I don't know.
Like, they're kind of like
Yeah, you know
Norsecore
Antaeus.
band.
Cut your flesh and worship Satan.
Yeah, that band.
Yes. Okay. There you go.
They're in the like videos.
Exactly. Exactly.
Antaeus and
But they
Aosoth.
remind
Yeah.
me, they remind me of Antaeus, but with like early Emperor atmosphere, sort of like keyboard aesthetics.
Yeah.
Honestly, the way this the riffs and the
Especially
music
like
kind
the
of
way
work
like they're
together.
hypnotic. It's kind of like sort of Vaughanish the way it
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
hypnotizes you with the riffs.
Well, it's kind of weird. I mean, the number one thing, especially with like Blizzard Beast, is that is very death metal. I think
It's
that's
very
like
Morbid
a
Angel, isn't it?
very- It's extremely
Yeah,
Morbid Angel.
everybody's. It's always like
Um,
the first thing people say is like the
but-
Morbid Angel album.
Without talking about like past influences or anything like that, the number one band that this reminded me of is fucking Ice. We Are Fucking Ice.
Dude, me too.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is reminding me of. It's got that intensity, and it's also got that sort of death metal flavor to it. I was kind of going back through certain bands that I assumed were like this, and I think I was kind of on the money with certain bands. Enthroned, not the first two albums, but the third Enthroned album. I think it's called like Bestial War something something.
The Belgian one?
Yeah, the Belgian Enthroned. Oh,
Is
it's
that the one
Armored
with the
Bestial
rock?
Hell. Yeah,
Oh, that one
Armored
Oh,
is
yeah.
so
Bestial
good.
Hell, which is it is bestial, but it's still kind of got
The
the
later,
second wave
the
like black metal flavoring to it in its melody, but
yeah,
Mhm.
like
it feels
the
more.
early thousands, the early thousands Enthroned
Yes,
albums. I can
exactly. The
see
early
that.
thousands, say like Shooter, Desert Northern Hell, would be probably another one of something like this. Um, what the hell else would be something sort of similar? Oh, this might not make sense to you guys,
What
but
about Ethereal?
yes, exactly,
Yeah.
Ethereal Nord, the first Angel Corpse album kind of
Wow.
does things like
I could
this.
kind of see that
That's
actually.
that's such like a such an out there comparison, but I can kind of understand it.
You know what I mean? Because I was listening to that today
Yeah,
just to because I was imagining in my head
that's the one that
what exactly sounds like this.
John Longstreth played on,
Yeah,
isn't
because
it?
they straight up do Norsecore riffs. There's a lot of just
Hmm.
tremolo, fast moving kind of grinding things, but
Yeah,
melodically
like
not
Lord of
really
the
in a.
Funeral Pyre is just like straight up like basically a Norse core song
Yeah, it's not
from Angel Corpse.
really it's moving in death metal and grindcore ways, but melodically it has something to do with black metal,
That's why
and I think
that's
that's exactly what
that's
this is
why I
doing here.
think them sort of knowing Cryptopsy and kind of maybe like rubbing shoulders with them kind of rubbed off on this band sort of.
Yeah, it definitely feels like these guys were aware of death metal at that time, just because it well it's sort of a weird thing. Even with some of the earliest like black metal from Norway, like Emperor and Mayhem and things, it still has the death metal feel to it, like this does, and like a lot of the what people would call Norsecore now, um, especially just sonically, not even riff wise. Um, because if you did just change some of the like chords to like tremolo riffs or something like that, it would just be a death metal album, and you'd be like, oh yeah, this is a decent death metal album. But yeah, it fucking moves, and you know something too. Uh, Not to turn this show into what would J Dog like or what does J Dog like. I I understand because he always talks about Enthroned, and I've
Yeah,
never
I was
really
gonna say
been an
that too.
Enthroned guy. The
He
only
likes Enthroned.
Enthroned album that I've ever really been totally like that I know is the third one. It's called like the Skull Throne of Satan, towards the Skull Throne of Satan or something like that.
Yeah, second
That's
album.
yeah, that's the only one that I've ever really
You
been
Well,
totally familiar
the
with.
Ultimate
there's
Horde
a
Fights
lot.
is on that album. That's one of their best fucking songs. When they
Yeah, I was
played that
gonna.
live, I just fucking
There's a
lost it.
lot. There's a lot of like really good stuff in the Sabbath era. Like I really despise the later half where Nornegest took over
Hmm.
because it just starts to sound like fucking just shit. Like Deathspell Omega, sort of like later Behemoth inspired, just like really overly biblical lyrics and aesthetics and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah.
they got a lot less melodic and just like retarded, but um,
But
the
that
early albums,
trilogy of red albums, though, the Apocalypse Manifesto, Carnage and
yeah,
Worlds Beyond, and Armor Bestial Hell, are they're fucking
they're
great.
so good. They're so good. The
Yeah, but
drumming's great too.
a couple other things that I was checking out just because I assumed it would kind of be similar. Um, this comes out the same year, but the band 1349 from the Norwegian band. I know they're like big, but and I know Paul, you're not a big fan of them.
Yeah.
I always thought they were good though. Uh, the demo from '99 is sort of approaching the same kind of territory. It's a little bit slower. I think they sort of get there at the 2004 album, same as like Shooter 2004, where this style like really picks up. Um,
Have you
and then
listened to And Oceans,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
the
Yeah.
Finnish band? Yeah, they have like
uh,
a grindcore drummer, so I mean, like that really comes through on their music. It's kind
Yeah,
of
I
like
think
it,
that's
like that with this.
yeah, I think that's the guy from Rotten Sound too,
Yeah.
from And Oceans. And then one of the other things I was checking out was the '97. I was looking for things that were like close to this time. '97, the band Ragnarok. I think Fred is probably more familiar with this band than any of us, possibly. Uh, A Rising Realm from '97 was sort of approaching this territory too. I did get a little
Kind of
bit into
like a
that.
slower album.
It's slightly slower, but I mean, this album isn't, the Frozen Shadows album isn't totally blasting the entire time. It does have
Yeah.
cool, like, what I call the adventure rock kind of thing.
Well, yeah, it just has a lot of like pagan kind of beats, but I was
It's
gonna
immediate.
say,
I think that's what I was getting to. It's immediate, like Enthroned, which is I understand why J Dog likes it because it's immediate, heavy black metal that's kind of informed by death metal, which makes the Cryptopsy thing sort of sort of makes sense.
yeah, I was gonna say drumming wise, the one sort of thing that sets it apart from Cryptopsy is that it doesn't have a lot of those death metal like skank beats in there. It's either going blasting or these mid tempo like pagan beats.
Yeah, they keep it mid tempo, but they somehow keep the momentum going. Besides some of the times that they break with those like symphonic parts. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Paul said, "Oh, this album is kind of like Sacramentary Abolishment," and I sort of see that.
Well, that's
Maybe
what
not.
Aiden said, and I was
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
was
that's
kind of
what I said.
I was kind of getting in your boat with that. I was like, I don't really see it. Like
No,
otherwise,
I
just drumming.
drumming, yes, but riff wise,
Like
not
maybe
too
the
much.
Yeah,
Norse
definitely not
sections.
riff wise. No.
Maybe like the
Yeah,
Norse sections from
yes, yeah. There are like pagan sounding parts on the second Sacramentary album, but I always thought that Sacramentary was like mainly informed by like Cataclysm, probably, or maybe even like
Yeah.
Swedish stuff like Dark Tranquility and shit.
yeah, for sure Swedish shit.
You know, for whatever reason, the first album that sprang to my mind when listening to this was. You guys remember Bloodstained Dusk?
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I can
Sounds
see that.
familiar.
I can
First
actually
album,
understand that
Dirge
a
of Death's
lot.
Silence.
The synths they use in Dirge of Death Silence really reminds me of this.
I recognize the album cover. I don't remember what this sounds like though.
Their
That
drummer
sounds.
was like, didn't he like do something for like The Walking Dead or something?
Oh, I don't know.
One more point I was going to bring up with my spiel here was,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
he's also a professional horror movie makeup and effects artist as well as an actor, having appeared numerous times in AMC's Walking Dead.
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Good job, Christopher
yeah.
Pisano.
Yeah, Aiden mentioned that one of the Tour de Garde bands has sort of the norsecore sound, but from what I've like recognized from newer bands, they all sort of do this raw black thing that's sort of like minimalist and kind of lacking in energy, where it seems like there were a ton of bands in the '90s and like late '90s, early 2000s that that sort of pushed extremity and pushed black metal towards like just towards a place where it couldn't go any farther, and then you get something like the atmospheric stuff. I feel like I just don't hear newer black metal bands pushing that besides the Bestial War kind of shit.
Yeah, I don't really see that either in a lot of like newer bands.
Yeah, it seems to be like I don't know what what else can you do after.
I mean,
Be extreme and do something.
yeah, like the most extreme stuff I see like nowadays is like stuff that's like on the total opposite side of the spectrum, where it's like reductive, where it's like Ride for Revenge style stuff or something.
Yeah,
like
or
that.
like what's that other band called? The like Caveman Cult or something.
Yeah, it's more
Yeah.
like primitive.
Like my
like-
favorite, one of my favorite newer bands, my two favorite newer bands are probably like Monin of Zespeth and Forbidden Temple, which those are like basically just like ba za 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 forbidden or Xanthotl worship, pretty much.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
both
I
take
don't-
that earlier symphonic kind of Mediterranean sound and
It's
just
Forbidden
kind of run with it.
Is that the same guys from Monet of Zezbeth?
Which
It's
one?
been
Perverted
speculated,
Ceremony?
but
No, Forbidden Temple.
no, Forbidden Temple.
No.
It's been speculated that maybe because they're like both on
They're both from Belgium.
they're both from Belgium. They're both on Medieval Prophecy, but Medieval Prophecy tends to sign a lot of Belgian bands. So I mean, it's probably just a coincidence.
Fred, was this band like on your year-end list?
Mona and
Or am I
Zezbeth?
mistaken? No, Forbidden Temple.
Actually, yeah, they both were at some point. So yeah, that one
okay,
definitely was. I don't know if it was the same year or not, but Ceremonial Torture was on my year-end list, and that
Ooh.
is
The
also very
album?
similar. Yeah.
Is that somebody from Witchcraft?
Yeah,
Yes.
they cited
okay.
Go Prayer.
Blessed in Sin, and that's like a band you never see get mentioned ever.
Blessed in Sin. Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah.
I just bought it. I
They
just
kind
bought,
of
this
kind
boombox
of
thing.
changed
I have the
sound as they
Witchcraft
went along,
tape.
but Melancholia was awesome.
Yeah.
It's funny because
Only
if
the
you listen to
Zezbeth, they got
Melancholia
big.
and then pull up the next thing they put out, Banner of Concilium, that track sounds completely different from what they did on Melancholia.
Was that the split they did with Sign of Valon?
And Crystal Nacht, yeah.
Oh, alright, is that Himmelfarts? Himmelfarts Commando? It's literally the name
Yeah,
of the song.
something like that, yeah.
Himmel
Yeah.
farts.
It's literally the name of the song.
Mm.
But like,
Yeah.
it sounds completely
Oh,
different from
Another
Melancholia.
thing,
But it's
another
great,
thing
though.
that kind of reminds me of Frozen Shadows, but also not really, is Veles Black Hateful Metal, where they get into like the really blasting, sawing parts.
Yeah, that was a
Is
really
that the
aggressive
really raw
album.
one?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's the one where they got super raw. I'm trying to remember the name of the track, but there's like one track on that album where it's like a lot, like there's like just like one sort of lingering synth.
The other
it kind of-
Polish Velas was pretty dank too. You guys
Oh yeah,
ever
there's
heard
two
that?
Velas,
Yeah.
two Velas.
Enter the Nawia.
I think it's the track, the Temple of the Infernal Fire, where they just keep blasting and blasting. And that reminds me of something that could be on this. Sort of analogous, but not really. I mean, if we can say Angel Corpse is like an analog to this, we can pretty much say anything.
You can say anything. That's right. That's what I do. I just say anything.
Sounds Greek.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Hey, there's our catchphrase for a T-shirt. Sounds Greek.
Sounds Greek.
like
Sounds
the
Greek.
hair, right?
Well, should we actually listen to a fucking track?
Yes. Yes. Fred's like, can we listen to a fucking track already?
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
Metal Load.
it's
Yes,
awesome.
Metal Load.
Yes, Metal Lord, whatever you say.
Of course.
Okay. So which track are we going with first here?
Do you have one in mind, Aiden? Because we picked 3, 5, and 6 or something, right?
Yeah, mine was 3.
3, 5, and 6. Damn it. 3 would have been my pick.
I'll take it.
Well, there we
Take
go.
it.
Yeah, I guess we'll do
Okay,
it.
we're going. All right, we're going with 3.
All right.
You can just say it was our pick.
There you go. We'll go with the third track. We'll be right back. back from that classical performance.
Classical performance. That sucked.
Sounded Greek.
Weirdly enough, the tremolo parts reminded me of Campfire. I don't know if anybody likes Campfire. Anybody in the world like Campfire?
I've never really
like 'em.
gotten around to Campfire.
I think, you know what? At this point, all they had at this point in time was one album, an EP, and then they had a full length in 1999 as well. I wouldn't assume that Campfire would be an influence, but I think Campfire is definitely doing something that's very similar. It's
What about Gorgoroth? Maybe you consider that one maybe?
I don't
I could see some of the riffing from Under the Sign of Hell.
Maybe
yeah, maybe because Under the Sign of Hell was also really extreme.
But that was
maybe
that was
maybe even
really
Destroyer.
close
Was
though.
Destroyer out yet?
I think that was like what, 97?
Yeah, and I mean
I think the point I was getting at with
it's
Campfire,
just around 98. Oh,
yeah, I think the
okay.
point I was getting at with Campfire, in similarity to Frozen Shadows, is that not all of them, but a good amount of their riffs are just folk melodies.
Yeah,
played
they're doing like
played with
really
blasting.
really low like chords.
Yeah, but they're going like
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't really
It's
play
basically
above,
like a
the
dark
sixth
folk
and
melody,
fifth.
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah, it's
And
already
the-
above the 6th and 5th string.
And the drums are always like going, like you can hear it with like a regular like kind of dark throne blast that would be like sufficient enough for those sort of riffs, but he goes even like faster with like a double time of like this like grind fucking blasting. And he does like sort of the technique where it's like just the snare hand is going super fast and he's just like hitting like quarter notes on like the ride bell and like going to cymbals so he can like really focus on that speed and consistency on that snare hand.
I think the timing too of that changing part. So they're like mostly blasting throughout it. Then they get into that folk part. Then there's like a break with just the keyboards, and then they get into like a tremolo pick kind of part. And that part works really well just because instead of using all single notes, they utilize power chords and then single notes, and both guitars are doing that at the same time, which kind of it just brings out like the power of the entire thing with keeping keeping the same momentum as the earlier riffs, and I think it's just good.
Just good, clean fun.
Good, clean
Fun for
fun.
the whole family.
Yeah,
Just like how when they threw the razor
it tastes
blades
good
into
and
the
it's good
crowd.
for you.
Yeah. Well, they said they threw razor blades into the crowd. That's not so fun.
These guys
That
threw
was in, like,
razor
an
blades
interview.
into the crowd.
Yeah. I forget which
That's
interview,
awesome.
but yeah.
I think there was
That's
something about
awesome.
Sacramento abolishment throwing. I forget what they said. They said they threw like pigs' heads into the crowd and everyone went crazy. So what does that mean? Like you throw a pig head, everybody like tries to grab it? Is that like grab the greased watermelon from Sunny? What?
You try to
Greased
eat
watermelon! Everybody try to grab it! You remember that? He like jumps in the pool, he throws a greased watermelon in.
I was gonna say like the symphonic parts of this are like just beefing up certain sections. It's almost like a third guitar where it'll just like play along with the chords and go in the same shapes as them too. And then when they're gone, it feels like feels like the volume just got turned down a bit or something. Like it just takes so much like oomph out of it, and it just shows how integral the keys are for this. Even though it's
Yeah.
not playing like
It's
fucking its own leads or anything, it's just
almost like a vocalist, sort of.
yeah.
Helps
Like
with the
accents the
beefiness.
riffs.
Yeah, it's like almost playing like a guitar or just like or bass or rhythm guitar role in the album, and it's like it's if this didn't have it, it would definitely be a completely different release.
Yeah, and it's kind of like that's kind of what Hantisis is, which is like the album that came after this. Is basically the same style as this, but without the keys entirely. And
And how
it's
do
just
you?
basically just like a norsecore.
I was gonna say, how do you like that one compared to this?
Um, it's like a really solid album, but I mean, it's not like
It's not like
it
this one.
still feels, yeah, like it still sounds like the same band. It's not like they just like changed up entirely. It's just that they probably because it was like the early thousands and a bunch of like bands were cloning Emperor at the time, especially in the U.S. It was probably just like someone who just did, oh, we're gonna drop the keys now so we can stop being pigeonholed into this sort of category. So they just, I think it's even a bit raw,
Hmm.
but it doesn't have the keys. But it's like it feels like it's missing the sort of like lead instrument.
Hmm.
Didn't even notice either that there is a lead guitar going on during the simplistic blasting parts. I think all it's doing is following like the high note on the chorded riffs for the first guitar, but it adds something. It adds another layer. I didn't even notice it before. Like the first time I listened to this, I I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this either, but like in the car, sometimes black metal doesn't translate and it just sounds like static. It
Hmm.
like doesn't work. First time I listened to this, I wasn't really getting what the fuck was going on. I heard a lot of blasting. I'm like, oh, okay.
The first time, the first time I listened to the demo in Pure de Glace, in Empires of Glass of Ice,
Hmm.
however you pronounce it, I actually listened to it in the car. So I mean, I totally get that.
Yeah, sometimes black metal, raw black metal doesn't, because I mean the production isn't terrible on this, but it's just raw enough where it kind of doesn't work in the car, and that's like not
Yeah.
going to suffice. So I had to bring my headphones home for the weekend.
Would you like? Would you describe this as like more intense or more raw than like most black metal? Not so.
Then,
Not so
then, then,
much.
then what?
Not so. That would you describe this as like more raw and intense than most black metal? Like not as much as like on the mutilation side, but definitely more than like I don't know, like Gorgoroth or Dark Throne.
I think they leaned into the aggression a lot more than bands that tend to be more symphonic do.
Yeah.
But like when those keys are going, it's really hard to think of anything other than Emperor because like the tone they have is just like
Yeah, one of the synth
dead on
patches.
for yeah, it's dead on for like Towards the Pantheon or
Hmm.
Majesty of the Night Sky. Like it's just like dead on.
Yeah, and this almost could be like in the night side, but the leads aren't as intricate as on the Emperor album. The leads are sort of just following the chords. It's still intense, but I guess it's a little bit less dynamic than the Emperor album is. Because I'm not even a huge fan of that first Emperor album. Really, I'm
What?
not a huge
Whoa.
not a huge
Hey,
fan.
whoa,
I
hey, whoa,
know
whoa.
that's yeah. Okay, we
Hey,
got to stop here.
Copernicus.
Yeah, I know. Okay, here we go.
So what
Hey,
are you like a?
Copernicus.
Are you like an anthems? Are you an anthems head then?
I like the first one, Wrath of the Tyrant, and I like the EP from '93, and I like the one from '94, As the Shadows Rise.
So let me be clear that Wrath of the Tyrant is probably my favorite black metal recording. Full stop.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, not liking the first album is kind of kooky.
Look, it's not that I don't like it. It's just
I can't believe
not.
you hate the first Emperor
No, I
album.
don't. I don't hate it.
Oh my
I don't
god,
hate
he
it. I don't even.
loathes it.
I
Like
don't
he,
even not. I don't even not like it. It's just as far as the OG Emperor stuff goes. up to like 94, that's my least favorite.
Guys,
Favorite's
I
Wrath of the
I heard he
Tyrant.
peed on his copy of the album.
What? Peed on the, I don't own this
Oh,
album. I don't
at
own this
least
album.
Dan-
Full
Oh,
disclosure.
he doesn't
At
even
least
own
he's
it.
not-
That's how much he hates it.
Dan left
At least
early
it's
during
not 9
Emperor, so
Equilibrium.
Well, Paul, are you going to tell me, because I've never heard you even mention in the Night Side Eclipse.
what do you mean?
It's not one of your,
Last week we were talking about it.
were we?
Yeah, and you said that you're like, oh yeah, I never heard you mention Emperor, but with all this
Oh, I did say that, didn't I? I did say the same thing
Yeah,
last week.
with all this like symphonic black metal, it's like, of
Yeah.
course, yeah, this is
Yeah,
like the origin of that.
I know it's the origin. I just feel like the other stuff where the keyboards aren't so prominent, that's the better Emperor. As
Yeah.
far as the early stuff goes. That's just how I feel. 93 EP. I like those versions of the songs better. Is that not okay?
Wrath? No, it's legit because it's a very different feel for them.
Yeah, I like them better.
But like, it was a slow transformation from Thou Shalt Suffer to Wrath to those EPs, which were one
And I
recording
love
session
Thou
anyways.
Shalt Suffer too.
And then, oh yeah, no, I fucking love it. Like
I'm
that-
just not
that
in love
era
with
was
the Night
just
Side Eclipse. I'm just
amazing.
not in love with it. That's all.
I can't believe you hate it.
I don't hate it. I'm just not totally in love with it. I wouldn't make out with it. It wouldn't give me a
Why'd you
blowjob. or
burn your
anything like that.
copy? Why'd you burn your copy? Why do you want to go kill Isan?
I don't know. We're gonna have to move on from this interrogation here because I'm gonna start throwing things. Okay.
It's
Fred,
an
did you have anything
inquisition.
else to? Oh my God. Okay. Did we have anything else to bring up with that track, or should we move on to track 4 here?
I was gonna say
no,
a lot of like the
Your-
chain.
Your name's Fred now? What the fuck?
No, his name's the new Fred, the better Fred. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
young Fred.
Young Fred, yeah, just like young Sheldon.
Fred Jr. We can call you Fred Jew.
Oh,
Oh, okay, all right. Go ahead, Paul. Go ahead, young Sheldon.
I was gonna say a lot of the transitions on this album. They don't
Transition.
they don't like pronounce them at all. It's just kind of like they'll do like just 4 repetitions of a riff and then they'll go right into like a faster version of it. And I was just gonna mention some of them are like so like whiplashingly fast, like especially in the first track. It feels like they're almost pieced together versus like being organically played. But I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Or do you guys
Yeah, I
get
totally-
that sense?
No,
I totally
think
understand like the repetitions
yeah.
of the same riff. and then
if
playing
you're
it
fast
way
enough,
faster.
you're allowed to do that. If you can actually play that fast, you're allowed to do that.
Yeah, because they do it. It's not, especially in the first song. It's not so seamless, but as the album goes on, I feel like it gets a little bit more, smooth. Like especially with this track, where a new section will just pop out at like 3 times the speed, and it just feels like it was meant to do that, you know. But we'll
I like
see.
that I like that it doesn't happen very often, but once in a while, Paul or me will say something, and then Fred goes, "Wait a minute, wait, stop!" And there has to be an interrogation. Wait, what do you mean? Okay.
I was
What do
gonna
you mean you don't
What
like
do you mean?
Emperor?
I don't believe in Bubby.
I was gonna say
Talk
maybe
to
you
him every
guys
day.
can look out
He
for
sends
that.
me memes every day.
Yeah, maybe you guys can look at or listen for that sort of stuff in the next track. So
Okay, neck break transitions.
4,
Yeah.
track 4.
Sounds like somebody just hung up the phone.
Yeah, it does.
What? That was me
Bye-bye.
switching earbuds.
Oh, okay.
All right, track 4 of Pain and Insufferable Torment. We'll be right back.
Very good. Insufferable torment. Oh, you're insufferable.
Wow.
that the way it
song.
ends on the CD?
If we
I
had
don't
a
have
copy.
a copy, but I assume it would be.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I was curious about that.
a lot of the songs they like, or the later ones, they like fade out in weird ways too.
Yeah,
But
this upload's a bit weird.
damn
Something
BMP.
kooky about it.
They have
But
copies
it's
for
still,
sale at Sepulchral, but
sounds.
they're a remastered reissue, so I don't know if the sound's as good on that.
I thought you were
Says
gonna say they're gay.
no product found. What are you talking about?
There was
Eh.
one re-recording of the demo they did. I know that, and it was pretty alright. It sounds like the demo. It's like the same songs as the demo, but with the same production as this album.
But yeah, like that intro riff just totally matched with the speed of the drumming that it wasn't really doing in the previous 3 songs. So that was good, nice to hear instead of like the normal sort of tremoloed folk rhythms that they were doing before.
Yeah, I can totally get the Infernal War comparison there that Dan made.
Yeah,
I
right
forget the
from the
name.
beginning.
Yeah, I forget the name of the song, but from that debut album, it's like whatever the name of the song is, it reminds me a lot of this one.
Are we recording, Paul?
Yep, Ben.
Yeah, this almost seems like their fuck it track. It's got more
No sense.
it feels like it doesn't really give that much of a shit about atmosphere, and it gives more of a shit about just being as brutal as possible.
Yeah.
Because it
stimming
feels like a
track.
modern day war metal track, even though this is kind of predating that term, I guess. Well, I mean, what year did Conqueror come out? Fucking the same year, right? 99. It's almost that intense, and it's kind of moving in the same way, but it's still like slightly just towing the line of Norwegian fucking norsecore. Because like Fred said too, Pure Holocaust is probably a giant like reference point for this too. Is Fred even there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there you go.
Fred's dead.
Fred's dead, baby.
Cracking.
Yes, song's just dope, dude. What do you?
The opening on it is just like shockingly vicious, especially compared to the last one we listened to. And yeah, that riffing made me think of somewhere between Pure Holocaust and like, you know what? Actually, yeah, Axis of Advance or Sacramentary Abolishment. I could see that.
Notes are moving fast enough to possibly be something similar to Acts of Advance or Sacramentary.
Yeah.
I guess one thing that I noticed about, this song is a little, it's not really much more dynamic, but it moves fast, like the notes move faster. And all the riffs are like pretty similar to each other if you're paying attention. They all kind of move in the same shape, just like the previous song. They just sort of do something slightly different to make it a different riff, but it's kind of in the same mode, I guess.
Yeah,
Even from the
it's
tremolo
kinda
picking at the beginning.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're using the same, like they picked out a spot on the guitar and they just kind of moved it around like a few power chords on it.
Yeah, I think that's a big
Kinda, like,
part of just
rearranged
black. That's a big part of black metal writing, anyways. Is sort of taking one idea for a riff and then sort of just morphing that into, like a 5-minute song where it can be interesting enough or like subtle enough where it's the same but kind of moving things forward, I guess.
It's a lost art now because like people can only sort of do like leftover Sargeist riffs now, or like Sargeist or Crystal Knight riffs.
Yeah, I mean, is as far as like newer black metal goes, is that still the thing? Because I feel like I just haven't heard that much that is sounding like that type of finished black metal. Where I remember that was like the only thing you could hear. I don't really know if that's still going on.
What new stuff I'm hearing it kind of sounds a lot like it.
What, just like Sargeist and
Yeah,
who was like the
where
big?
they
Oh, Satanic War Master would be like the big one
yeah,
too.
and they do like this sort of like inverted power chord melodic riff, sort of.
Yeah. Well,
It's kind of like the
even
riff
on
shape.
the even on that, what was it, Harlot's Nest I was talking about, that's still it sounds like rock and roll basically, and then they're kind of just speeding it up. But this stuff sounds more like
Not rock.
I feel like this just has more to do with death metal in
Yeah,
some kind of way.
Yeah, just how fast that they're going in between notes and in between riffs as well.
Yeah, well, not even that. It's like the way the riffs sound, the way they structure them. It's not really trying to sound. It sounds catchy, but
the part, the
not
part,
pretty at all.
the part right before like the dun 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 dun, where they do like that sort of like tail end where they bring it to
Dun
like a
dun
full
dun.
Oh,
stop.
is that like
Yeah,
the Beharit part with like boom 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 boom?
Yeah, where they like kind of like hit like two open notes or whatever
Yeah,
they
I feel
do
like
with that.
yeah
It sounded
yeah.
the riff like right before that sounded like really something off of None So Vile to me, where it's just kind of going like all over the place.
Yeah, I can get that. Yeah, I feel like I just don't hear very many new bands doing anything that
just
is sort of
extreme.
is sort of melodic as this and as extreme as this, and kind of having those like stupid caveman intervals where the tail end of the riff is not the tail end is boom boom boom.
Yeah, it's just like a percussive sort of. They use it as an
It's
instrument.
the same thing. They're both black metal ideas. One goes do do do, the other one goes do do do. You just, I feel like I just don't hear that often enough. I feel like there's a way to mix your sort of ugly first wave blasphemy black metal with your melodic cold
I
driving
mean, it was
black metal.
famously influential. The former was famously influential to the latter because I mean, like everybody knows like Abath from Immortal, like blasphemy.
Oh yeah, yeah, the fuck Christ
Because he
tour, you
like,
mean?
yeah. Well, I mean, like he wore the shirt too,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Fallen
yeah.
Angel of Doom shirt.
Well, not only that, I mean, I think at some point Blasphemy and Immortal have something in common where their riffs don't make sense, and it would be hard for a normal person to write like those two bands, if you know what I mean by that.
Yeah, to write those kinds of riffs, you need to be like on the same sort of level of like dementedness his grave desecrator is nowadays as he looks
Yeah,
in those photos.
it's either you come up with those riffs on your own and or you come up with those riffs on the spot and you just call it, or you're a band that comes up with a riff, goes, that's a little bit too on the nose, that's a little bit too expected, and then change it to make it more just weird or dissonant. And I feel like
Yeah,
that's maybe a question of where certain bands stand. Because I feel like this band also doesn't do the things that you would expect them to do. It's close and it's simplistic, but it's not quite on the nose. You know, I feel like I said, in the car, it sounded kind of, I just couldn't make out the riffs. And I think that's like telling. Even if it was still pretty raw, you could kind of make out like this is easy enough to follow. But with
that's
this,
that's really
it's
why.
still difficult enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's really why I bring up Antaeus in relation to this because it's like when I listen to Antaeus, it's like exactly like if I'm not listening to it on like the right headphones, it just sounds like a layer of just like sawing guitars with like a backdrop of like drums. So it's kind of like that in that respect.
Yeah, I feel the same way about Immortal. I feel the same way about Axis of Advance. I feel like these are bands, even Frozen Shadows here too. It's something you really need to sit down with for a little while. Get a good pair of headphones and be like, okay, I'm starting to get this now.
Yeah, headphone bands.
You need to
Headphone
put your
band,
gamer
definitely a
headphones
headphone band.
on. You need to put your gamer headphones on. Smoke
Yeah.
a fat doobie.
Get in your gamer chair, take a sip of your Belle Delphine bathwater. I know
Get
that's an
your
old meme.
sauce
Whatever.
packets out.
Get your sauce packets out. Get
Your
your.
stim packets.
I was gonna say fidget spinner, but that's like way
Get your
too old.
fidget-
Nobody has
Get your
fidget spinners
fidget
anymore.
spinners out. Get your fidget spinners out.
Yeah. Put Dexter on pause.
Yeah, you need.
Texture on pause.
Yeah, you need to pay attention to both of those.
Yeah, pay attention. Yeah, exactly. You need to pay attention to both of those. Rule number 1: don't get caught. Harry's code.
Has he said dark passenger yet?
The dark passenger.
All right. Well,
Deb doesn't really know me. No one can really understand me.
Nobody understands me.
well, let's get into the sixth track.
6th track.
This is Freddie Responsibility here.
Okay.
Lune funèbre.
What does that mean?
Funeral moon. Funeral moons.
Why couldn't they just say that? All right, we'll be right back. right,
That one feels like it should have been the last track.
Yeah, we're
It
back
does.
from that 10-minute sample of greatness, of
Did
awesomeness.
we really play 10 minutes?
Yeah, it was like 9 minutes 30 seconds.
Yeah. So what do you make of all that, there, Paul?
I mean, when I heard it fade in with just that intro riff, I knew that this was like this like perked up my ears the first time I heard it. So when I was listening to it again this week, I was like, oh yep, this is still, I still feel the same, like this is the standout track to me on this album. Like every time I listen to it, even with how long it is and how many different like sections it has, especially with like clean guitars and the melodic work shining most like a Swedish mellow Black Death. It just like, I don't know, it seems to be the track that's furthest away from being norsecore, and I don't know,
Yeah.
it really sticks out to me, and yeah, it's my favorite track on here.
Yeah, maybe the only things about this that are Norsecore are just how fast it is. Besides that, you have riffs that are more normal. You have riffs that are more like Finnish, French sounding.
Yeah, and the drums even you know, uh what's it called, go into like stompy territory too, like the German black metal shit, or even like the Finnish shit.
yeah, like like Moonblood or something.
Yeah,
It man,
and they have like those really long melodic leads over it, and it's just like so perfect.
yeah, at the end it brings back the kind of immortal Mighty Raven Dark sort of intro stomping riff, but
Mhm.
it adds all the layers slowly. You get the keyboards in there, and then maybe like
Solo.
10 seconds later, yeah, you get a solo. Yeah, it just works so well.
Yeah, great song, and even the drummer was like, "Yo, I got a riff," and played the acoustic
He's
guitar for like 2 minutes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
It was
even
it
that
was a
worked.
good one. It reminded me of Lord Belial, Forlorn in Silence, kind of,
Hmm.
or
Yeah, that
Dawn, whatever, Via Cal. That
in
that
certain
instrumental.
sections, like Nell in the World from Dawn off Slaughter Son, I kind of feel that too.
Yeah, I can hear a bit of like Slaughter Son in this,
Yeah, but
especially in the
yeah,
drumming.
the way this song sounded is more the way I assumed this whole album was going to be. More like more something French instead of the Norsecore thing. Because this song really didn't do the Norsecore thing at all, besides speed. Riff wise, totally Finnish, totally French. But at this point, I don't really think the Finnish guys were doing much like this. I might be mistaken. I think maybe the earliest thing that I can think of that had the straight Finnish sound was like Vornat from that 96 demo,
Oh
whatever
yeah.
it's called. Yeah, that's maybe like the earliest thing I can think of. And that's only a couple years older than this. But yeah, that's cool. Yeah, but what do you,
Yeah, what do you
Aiden and
boys
Fred,
think?
what do you guys, yeah, what are the boys, what do the other boys think?
It's definitely the most moody track on it. I mean, it it's like split up into 4 parts. It like alternates between like more depressive sections. I think maybe the vocalist, when he said he threw razor blades into the crowd because he said it was like their depressing song, I think he said it was this one because it's probably like the most bleak song out of the album instead of like the most pummeling, which the rest of the album is.
Oh
Even though
man,
it
you
kind
made
of
it.
has like that section.
You made it sound like he's throwing like fucking ninja stars
No,
of the razor
no,
blades. He
just
was
like
just handing them out
he
for
just
Like
people.
in
tossed
like
them.
in
He
South
just like
Park when
tossed
they
them
throw the
as
thing in
as you
Butter's
would
eye.
Mm-hmm.
as you would like a party favor, you know. It's
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
like,
As a
it's
party
like,
favor, maybe handing out the razor blades
Yeah,
here.
there you
Cut
go. That
yourself,
makes
dude.
that's a
not
whole.
just like throwing them at people
Yeah,
or throwing them to
that's what
them.
that's what I
Like
thought.
yeah, like a weapon.
No, if he did that, he wouldn't be here. They would
Yeah,
have arrested him.
Yeah, you get some punk stuff going on. Fuck you, that's why. GG Allen shit.
yeah. I thought it was like shurikens or some shit.
Yeah.
But you're saying they're
Yeah, we all
really
know that
moody.
one band that'll just straight up start killing their audience members. But yeah, I like the like the rocking part. Kind of reminded me of like maybe something off of like Lunar Aurora, maybe like Elixir of Sorrow. But that didn't come out until like 2003 or 2005, I think.
This sort of does
It was
predate a lot of things, doesn't it? I
yeah,
kind of noticed that
it's
when I
like
was trying to find things
it's
that were
like an
similar.
antecedent. It's like an antecedent to like a lot of 2000s black metal trends
It,
where they
it
have like a
totally is.
rocking
Yeah.
sort of rhythm or like a
Yeah.
depressive bit.
Yeah. It predates a lot of the norsecore stuff, and it predates a lot of the like Fortress and things like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it has a lot of like that. That last section was just so great and like hypnotizing and atmospheric, and I tend to not like shit like that so much. I like more engaging. Um,
It was engaging here.
yeah, exactly. It was just completely different. I think from the beginning all the way till the end, it was like a whole. Yeah, it was just kept my attention the whole time.
If J Dog were here, he'd say two paws up.
Do you really think so? I don't know about that one.
This one's pink panty wearing song.
Yeah, I think
What
he
the
pointed
fuck
out
is
some.
frozen? Who? Yeah,
I think
I'm
the
being a
synths
little
would turn him way off.
I'm being optimistic for us. I don't know that he would actually like this. He probably wouldn't get through the first song. Yeah, pretty fucking good.
Frozen Shadows. Yeah, pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I wouldn't turn it off. Somebody put it on.
I mean, I'm listening to it while I'm packing up packages.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's something he'd say that he heard. He just heard it once while he was listening.
Yeah,
That
we
would-
had
that
it in
would
stock.
fall-
Yeah, never
Yeah,
gave it a
that
listen.
would
Album cover didn't look
fall
like shit.
under his. That would fall right under his "I've forgotten more than you know" rule.
Oh yeah,
Well, just tell him this sounds like Enthroned, and then Dumbo ears perk up.
God damn, I have the hiccups.
All right. At this point, I think Fred can probably tell us we're wrong about everything we said.
yeah.
here.
Fred, what do you think of this track? You walked away.
He walked away, but that's okay because he has Neuralink.
Yeah, he knows the song. Yeah,
Mhm.
I
help
went
him.
for
Help him write
for
it.
piss. It's gone for like 30 seconds. No, I don't really have anything different to say than what you guys have. I really liked that Gehenna keyboard bit towards the end. That this song really feels like it should have been the last song on the album. It feels like it would have been such a good closer.
Yeah.
But
I feel that way too because I don't actually remember what the closer sounds like.
yeah, I know this song sounds like a journey. Like it's really taking you somewhere through chasm caves and Titan Woods. See what I did there? And
God, they did such a good job with such a long song.
And I was gonna
Yeah, they
say
did.
this
incredible.
track was like the first time that at least that I picked up on the keyboards actually playing more of like a lead role or doing like counterpoint.
They work as another layer rather than like a backing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shane.
Yeah, you know what I really think about it? It's like they started out really synth heavy, but it's like release by release, they progressively kind of taper back the synths. Because I remember the Impure de Glas demo had a lot of synths in it, but then it's like this one, they'll do one track where there's like entirely none, but like a few tracks where they just like pop in and pop out, and then on the next album, on teases, they just like totally drop them out altogether.
I have to say though, this album is such a like anomaly. It feels like in 1999, it's making me interested in hearing their other stuff, which I didn't get around to. But I am interested in the demo and the
demo
album. I
is extremely
want to know
raw.
what they sounded like, or what they
Yeah.
what else is going on with this band here.
The first demo is like extremely raw. It's really raw.
Awesome.
If you can't find the re-recording.
you'd like it.
Sorry, it's taking a drag. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Are we doing a last track, or are we just going ahead with our final thoughts here? What do you guys think?
I think we're good for final thoughts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my boys are tired.
It's late
I mean,
where they are. It's only
1:31 right
10:30
now,
here. It's only 10:30 here, but it's a little
It's
bit
like
later
1:30
for them.
for them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, I gotta fucking go to sleep, dude. I'm up at 6 a.m.
At least you don't work tomorrow. Jesus.
All right, I say we do the first track, another 10 minute. No.
Yeah, good idea.
Let's
No.
listen
Play
to
the whole
rest
album.
of the discography.
Yeah, I think we got a feel for what they're doing here.
All right, Fred, go.
Duh.
Good
Good album.
Delete.
Good album. No.
I really like
Good
that.
album. Good album.
Good album, actually.
He's not wrong.
No, it is a. I think one of the words we used earlier to describe the album, haunting, really works well for it. It's surprisingly aggressive in its overall approach, but it doesn't let go of that haunting atmosphere throughout the whole thing. And that last track we listened to kind of just really drives it home as to how varied they really can make the album. Yeah, no, it's like I said, I think it's probably the most influential Quebec album for that particular scene. With Fortress, Sombre Forêt, all those bands kind of launching off of this sort of thing. Yeah, I'm struggling to find something I haven't already said about the album. It's just fucking good.
Very good.
2 paws up.
I am curious to see. I don't know what version was uploaded to Black Metal Promotion, but I think the reissue of the album is remastered, so I wonder what the difference in sound is like between the two. I don't have an original copy, and I don't know which version was uploaded, so it'd be hard to know exactly, but something to investigate. Which version sounds better?
I didn't know there was a remaster of this one.
That's what
Or no.
That's what Metal Archive seems to say about the reissue.
Oh, I know what you mean now. Okay. I'm thinking of a demo where they just totally re-recorded it.
Yeah, they re-recorded it for release on a special version of Aunties, I think, right?
Don't start, Paul.
Let me see. I don't think so. Oh no, yeah, they did. The remaster also has a Burzum cover.
I think what's really weird is that the second album didn't come out on Sepulchral. Like, it is his own label. I'm surprised he didn't just release it himself. But what do I know?
Yeah, on the it's on Holy Records.
Yeah. Like, what a weird pick.
Interesting.
Holy cow.
Holy crap.
Holy crap, Lois.
All right, Dan.
I like how we have when we have a guest, we go so long where they're like, I gotta go to bed.
Powering
good.
down.
Yeah,
Powering
shutting down like Robot
I'm
Jones.
a dedicated Whammy day for Rito.
The mommy daddy button. Okay, that was a stupid Austin Powers thing.
I've entered hibernation mode.
Yeah. Back to stasis.
That's interesting that this would be in Holy Records. It's not a holy.
It is kind of that is kind of interesting. It doesn't really have that feel to it.
No, it really doesn't.
But yeah, I feel like we pretty much covered just about everything this is going into, or that was previous to it. I think I may have mentioned just before we started recording Zyklon B.
Yeah.
Maybe that's one of the closest things you're going to get to this too.
I was gonna bring that one up. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Zyklon
Okay,
and
there you go.
Division 187.
Yes, Night in Division as well, especially with the last track that we just listened to, as well as like The way that it's kind of melancholic. I feel like Night in the Vision it does have its melancholic moments, but they're just played in such an extremity and such a rawness that it feels more intense than maybe it would with a different production. Yeah, for whatever reason, I was thinking of Godus, the Worm side project that's like norsecore too.
That was really good.
Yeah, I think I might have to come back to that now that I'm
Wait,
thinking
what?
of this.
The what side project?
Do you know Worm, the brutal death band from Spain?
Oh, I thought you said like worm, like for real. Okay, I know wormed.
Yeah,
I didn't hear the T there either.
They have a wormed. They have a side project called Godus that's like pretty much Norsecore sounding stuff. They have song titles like Megatomic Nightmare, Hellfuck Demon Sound, Atomic Condemnation, We Are Godus, and then a Dark Throne cover. So yeah, you get shit like that. This thing is like surprisingly extreme for its time. It like I said, it is kind of a little bit of a precursor. Maybe not in so many ways, but I feel like I would like to hear more things like this now with black metal. Just because I feel like black metal now is sounding more like rock and roll, and that's, I suppose, fine. But
No, it's not. It's a tragedy.
I want more. I want stuff that's more just intense. I want something that sounds like extreme metal rather than just kind of fucking satanic war master, you know. And I think this is probably something to listen to and pave the way for that. And
Funerus Nocturnum might be for you.
Funerus Nocturnum.
Yeah.
What is Funerus Nocturnum?
Fucking.
Mhm.
They
It kind of went in like an industrial direction later on, but
later on, yeah, but
debut, yeah.
for that debut, like they heard Dark Funeral using their blast beats, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Hold my beer."
It did it better
Yeah,
than
I
Dark
like
Funeral,
that. I
too.
like that idea. I like
Which
the
isn't
idea
hard.
of I like the idea of the early black metal thing and adding to it and making it more extreme. I think that's very cool. You said the Funerus Nocturnum thing, and I had something in my head that I was thinking of, but now I think unfortunately it's gone. And
Got him.
With that, I know our fellow East Coast noob has to go to bed, so I'll continue on. Whoever, I'm just kidding. I don't mean to be a dick. I remember one of our guests was like, "You guys are dicks." Okay.
Who was
Yeah,
that?
Dan needs to go to bed.
That was cock.
Oh,
Nah, but he was a good guy. Okay, well, somebody else can go ahead and give their final thoughts because I forgot what the flippin' fuck gross I was gonna say.
Paul, go.
Yeah, awesome album.
you guys are good.
You guys are dicks, hey?
Fuck this.
This sucks.
Fuck this. Yeah, rage quit, dude. We haven't had a rage quit on the show yet, though.
No, yeah, great album. It's like Norsecore, but like I said earlier, just like even faster drumming that really pushes the extremity of this album, and also the keys really beefing up everything. When you'll definitely notice when they're gone.
Yeah,
And
big beefy tits.
not in a way of like them performing leads or anything. It's like just playing a more of a bass and rhythm guitar role at the band. And I don't think we touched much on the vocals, but those are really great too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
got that
love the
boom ba doom
production
boom
on it.
bass.
Yeah,
Like perfectly reverbed.
yeah, and I think the first track, at least for me, it was kind of like their weakest link, and then it just got better with the as it got along, and I think it peaked with that sixth track. And I think the only other thing I have to say is, Aiden, thanks for showing me this. I think on the last time you were here on the Bewitched episode, you mentioned them, and I checked them out then. and I've been playing this album, ever since. It's a really great one.
Yeah, I can like totally. Yeah, I think I do remember mentioning Frozen Shadows on the Bewitched episode. Totally like different sounding band, but yeah.
Yeah, all future Zoomers who come on just go ban, 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 ban.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just being an ass.
Go to bed.
Go to bed.
Go to bed.
I'm just kidding.
All right, Aiden, you want to get some final thoughts on the album and then take us home?
Yeah, and then take us on home.
Take us to bed.
Tuck us in,
God.
dude. Powder our buns.
Tuck us in.
Nope.
I think we broke him.
Aiden has...
Is he gone?
He rage quit.
Did he rage quit?
No,
Alright, I'm back.
Oh, there he is.
I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back.
It sounds like he
I
shot the
had
bed.
something on the battery.
I thought you rage quit after I said powder our buns.
Powder or buns. Fuck
Yeah.
I'm done. No.
it's going to take more than that.
It's gonna take more than that, buddy.
My closing thoughts on this are that this is a very storied album. It's a pretty storied band. They have a lot of they got a lot of cred, so to speak, in the quote-unquote underground, in the funderground, and
Underground.
What the fuck
As
is going on here?
Sinistrari would say.
yes, the funderground.
Sinistrari posted a picture of two guys making out. Why would you do that?
Well, that was, what's it called? Gall.
Yeah, but I feel like there's something very strange about posting something like that.
It's kind of Freudian, I think. I think it's very Freudian.
Yeah, there you go.
I think it hints at a deeper psychological issue, but that's neither here nor there.
Jesse Lee Peterson syndrome.
Amazing.
Beta. But this album, it's got a lot of Canadian intensity of its time period. I don't know. There's like a lot of riffs on this that you just can't hear anywhere else, or you wouldn't really hear
True. Very
nowadays.
true.
Yeah. It's simple, but the way they kind of like rearrange everything into its parts, it's more than the sum of its parts.
Yeah, I think that's a
That's how I
good point
describe
with this being like extreme Canadian black metal, because we mostly associate that sort of like what they call like mystic grind with like death metal of Cataclysm, Cryptopsy, Cephaloectomy and shit like that. And then you got this band that is kind of parallel and contemporary with those bands on the same level, but with another sound.
Yeah, I could see like a new sort of like micro genre or buzzword subgenre being born out of this, and like maybe
Not
something
actually
like
opposed to
Ethereal.
that either. I'm not opposed to the norsecore making a comeback with the younger crowd.
Yeah, imagine just
Yeah,
norsecore with that
Yeah.
that Franco-Finnish norsecore. That'd be sick.
That would be cool.
That's
That's a
literally-
good idea.
That's literally Palomore. I'm telling you right now. If you listen to Palomore, it's exactly what you're gonna hear.
I'm gonna keep you for 1 second because I'm gonna have you spell that.
Palemort.
There's no A in there. It's Palemort.
Say that again, Fred.
I'll just link it.
For the audience.
P.
Yeah, link it now because I want to hear that.
I want it now.
Don't
for-
care how, I want it now.
Yeah, for the audience, it's
the
Pale
album's
and
Frozen
Mort.
Lord. Mhm.
Oh, Pale Mort.
Yeah.
Why would you
Oops.
just
Okay,
say
I
that?
let's see if I
linked
can find it there.
you, I linked you the wrong
Pale
one.
Mort. Okay.
Ford du Nord is the album.
Oh, I remember this shit, dude. I remember you posting this. The one with the fucking statue with the horn.
Yes, this
Right.
is in my
Yeah,
like
that one.
videos.
It's not. Well, I do know this one. Cool. Okay, so this is like, you say this is like
Franco-Finnish norsecore.
Franco-Finnish norsecore, eh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool.
Will someone
right.
else do it?
Yeah, someone else do it. Yeah, I was telling these guys, or I was telling somebody before. I'm like, you know what? I hate the new, like the new fucking retro death kind of thing. Uh, but I don't hate the slam stuff that's coming out. I prefer more bands do slam than retro death. I'm kind of more interested in that.
Yeah.
For the Palamel album, the Purity Renaissance album was pretty good too.
Yeah, that's another good one. Not as like super fast, but
No.
definitely French.
Okay, well I have the let's see, the one with the lady with the fucking horn, and then the demo checked out. So yeah, I'm interested in hearing that, and yeah, I just want to listen to it in the car. Hopefully the production's good enough.
Yeah, it's good enough to listen to the car.
My
Wait.
cock
It's
hurts.
pretty clean for.
What about Chatimo? You guys heard that one?
What about shit in your face?
I think I've heard of that one. Yeah.
English, please.
What about more shit?
Waiter, more shit, please.
Waiter!
They released a demo, just one demo called translates to Blood of the Carpathians, and it's fucking great.
From what I remember, I
song-
don't know if I describe it as like norsecore though.
This
No,
song goes
it's
out
just
to my
totally
friend
on a
Patrick
tangent.
and this big peanut guy.
Big peanut guy.
All right, let's go before he sings.
Well, I don't know, sickle.
I thought that was
Yeah,
the
I'm getting-
Walmart kid who was singing Hank Williams. He's like, oh.
I'm getting delirious.
All right, Aiden, tuck us in.
What?
Take us
Tuck
out
us
and
in and give us a kiss goodnight.
Mwah. Mwah.
Night.
It's 1:40. I'm gonna go to sleep thinking about that. I'm gonna have
Yeah, very
Walmart.
good. Thinking
Yeah, you
about
are.
that, it's like, oh, in 2 weeks this episode's
No,
gonna
I'm
come
gonna-
out, and then there's gonna be
Yeah,
kissing sounds and.
I'm gonna be having the Walmart kid singing to me in my dreams, singing me to sleep at night now.
Oh no!
Also, Hawk Tua President 2024 or something.
Oh Jesus Christ, no!
Yeah, there you go.
We out.